All right, the red light tells live. So, hey, this is Aaron Karsten with Role Playing Public Radio, and this is the first of the monthly Patreon games for April.
Mhm.
The title of this Delta Green scenario we are playing today is called Locally Absent Species. And today we have a couple returning players today. So, going in order from, I guess, top left, top right to go in left, we will start with James.
Greetings, all. So I'm playing Dr. Agent Carter. He is an animal plant health inspector for USDA. He's 45 and has a daughter. There you go.
All right. So, and as discussing earlier, we had said that you are a full agent and not a friendly. So,
Oh,
what
that's
was
right.
the
Yes.
what's the incident that brought you into the program?
My character basically found how the meat was made, so to speak. Due to an episode in a inspection of a slaughterhouse, he encountered the eldritch unnatural, and it turned into the way they killed it was by throwing it into the giant sausage maker. So now my character doesn't eat meat anymore. Period.
Oh, okay, excellent stuff. Oh, yep,
That's awesome.
that's my shot. It's right now too. So, all right, just gonna pause 1 second here as we add our fourth player into it. So, 1 second. Squirrel, can you hear us?
Howdy, could you guys hear me?
Hey. Yep, we can too. So, all right. Sorry about the late link. So, if you want to go ahead and message me your character sheet right now, and we'll just continue on with the introductions and get you in last. Okay.
Okay, I'm just going with page 86 on the pre-gens.
Page 86. Got it. So I will take a look in a second. All right. Going next. Hellspawn. Can you introduce yourself?
Hello, I am playing Kenneth Burchard. He is a federal agent. He is the age of 47. He is described as charming and also unflinching. His first incident to get him introduced into the program, there was an incident at a children's birthday party where the clown who was hired turned out to be infected with a eldritch parasite, and and from that day forward, no more party clowns. That's all that needs to be said.
So, needless to say, the last couple of years, it probably, with certain clown media, has probably been pretty rough on you.
You know what? It's been hell. I'm not gonna lie.
So, if nothing else, you can't hear Tim Curry laugh at any given point without just immediately diving underneath the table. So, but that's a couple of us at least. All right then. All right. Next, we'll go with Dan. Oh, Dan, can you hear us?
Dan, you're muted.
Yes, I was muted. Hi, this
There
is
you go.
Dan Kay. I'm running Carl Watson, an investigative journalist. He's freelance. Really, he is.
All right. So, that being said, Drew, that's interesting for that particular one. Are you usually covering up stories for the program to make sure things aren't getting out?
That sounds about right. Yep.
Okay.
But I can either confirm or deny that.
All righty then. Cool. Well, that definitely would bring up an issue with that. So, but that being said, what was the incident that brought you into the program?
You're not cleared for the. Oh, sorry. It was something in a foreign theater that went very, very wrong, and no one's ever heard about it.
Okay.
And I prefer not to remember it.
All right. So just do a
Assuming
good
there are
job.
tentacles involved, because hey.
Yep, we'll just do a good job of forgetting things and moving on, because that's what you need to do, at least to keep living. Maybe not surviving, but living. So,
Existing.
all right.
That's the word you're looking for.
All right. And last but not least, our friend Squirrel.
I'm playing Lazaro Ruckman. He's a computer scientist. He lives out in Richmond, Virginia. Okay. He works for the government kind of as an analyst. He probably got brought into Delta Green. He was watching a message board for a while. It was kind of like a deviant art board. Some weird symbol got passed around on the board. He got pulled off the case before anything happened, but everybody who seemed to be using the board is dead or disappeared somewhere around the country.
Yeah, so it's like that's one of those issues right now where I'm assuming it was a playtest for a particular puzzle game that turned out to be yellow signish-ish.
I was thinking this as a little Carcosi.
Carcosi. So yeah, everybody. There are a couple survivors that you were able to talk to about that, but unfortunately, the only thing they could tell you is that they remember a lot of a lake in the moon. So that's unfortunate in that situation. All right, but bringing up to you have all been activated as.
Pause a moment. I've just reread the character sheet. This is not the guy I thought it was. He is still an investigative journalist. He really is a freelancer. Formerly with the Post until he tried to get a story published that they wouldn't. And currently freelance, as you were.
Okay. Sorry. All right, no worries. So, but everybody else in this particular group, your cell phones ring with a particular, number that you know that is part of the program with a message to meet up. That's like to get your go bags and to meet up over in near Arlington, California, which is near the location of. That's like a area that you have been asked to investigate, the California Citrus State Historic Park, or more succinctly, an issue with a death that was found near the park. So over a week ago, the park rangers at the California Citrus State Park, which is a functioning orange and lemon lime grove that is set out there for people to walk through and help. They were going through trying to clear out a homeless encampment that had been on the edge of the park, and found a dead man who was in a very desiccated state. He had looked like he had been out there, at least in a drier environment, possibly for about weeks on end. That's like the people in the community, unfortunately, couldn't identify him, stating that he had only shown up there a couple of days ago and. That's like a state of extreme emaciation, and ended up dying. They thought that he had some sort of disease because of the large tumor that was found on his wrist. But unfortunately, that's like for at least normal investigations, when the coroner decided to perform an autopsy, they actually found that the tumor itself was a large wasp-looking like creature that had somehow, that's like that he had assumed somehow embedded itself into this man's skin. But as for all intents and purposes, it looks like it had already been there and that the flesh had either grown around it or it was somehow in there. So a lot of this information has not gone out yet because they've kept it under wraps because people have already been panicking about murder wasps before, and they do not want to send up any other issues, especially with potential insects that are either laying eggs or burrowing into people and causing a larger panic. So Delta Green has not come into the has been activated because some of at least the familiarities of this case right now are linking into other aspects of a couple other ones that have come up before. So you have been asked to do an investigation in a couple of different areas. One, you were asked to go to the local morgue in Arlington to be able to investigate this. Also, they're wanting you to go to the state park not only to interview the park rangers that found them, but also members of the homeless encampment who are still on the edge. They have postponed moving the people due to the sensitivity of the issue and of the events that have gone on. But they want to basically confirm that this has no particular connections to the case that we think that they have had, and if it does not, take everything that we can and quietly bury this. So. That is the base information that you have been given from your handlers. Are there any other particular questions that you would or things you would like to investigate before heading out?
Who's the POC for the park rangers?
So, that's like the person of contact. That would be Ranger. That's like Helen Smithson. So, she is the current head of the Citrus State Park. That's like visitor community center, and basically organizes any of the tours and management of the forest or the grove itself. Excuse me.
And does the homeless people have a spokesperson?
Not in particular. So it's more of it's like a loose community. So from what you can gather, there are a couple of organizations that are helping out with them to try to find either placements or other tenements out there. One of those is that's like Our Lady of Immaculate Conception Catholic Church, which is located. That's like one of the local churches that is assisting that. But for the most part, the community has been keeping the law enforcement and other community resources have been keeping a far berth from it right now.
Do we have already a cover story built in, or is it kind of like we are just coming up with excuses and no one really knows we're out here?
As of right now, Delta Green essentially has intercepted the call for assistance. So you will be assumed to be the investigators going out to look at this, but you will have to create up your own covers. So.
Okay. And about the information getting out, how suppressing are we trying to be? Are we just trying to shift away information, or is it full, like, if someone knows, we have to clean them out or take care of them?
Well, the two things that are requested for this particular mission are one, confirmation that this does not link into the previous case. That being said, our local biologist, so Dr. Carter. So you have been given data profiles on what looks like a similar creature to what they suspect is on this man. But you've only been given what would be a very redacted version of it too. You basically say you need to look for this particular organelle. You need to look for this thing that looks like a poison, a venom sac or something. If these things come up, you need to call us immediately. If not, then we can. You can basically make it up an excuse to take the creature, if nothing else, or to just quietly bury this whole situation.
Bury, as we're in a park. How ironic.
Looks like a forest fire's gonna happen. Sorry.
I have an important question. How many people are aware of the wasp?
The only people that would be aware of the wasp situation is Ranger Smithson. So since she is directly related to the case and they're reporting that back to her, as well as the coroner, that's like the local coroner and his assistant. So and that being
so there are 3 people that have to disappear?
Not disappear. So
okay, just checking.
This is again, burying information is you hear a very flat voice. Burying information is not burying people. So we're trying to at least keep a calm face on this until we have to.
Of course.
We need to remind you that pushing the A cell button is not always the most pertinent option.
Understood.
So, but yeah, so they basically again want you to gather information about that as well and see what else what might, again, if it does link into anything else, find where you can to either take in information or to again bury it. So yes.
The people exposed to the corpse so far is the park ranger and the coroner.
So those would be the people who are aware of that's like what's going on and they've had a couple other paramedics that were out there to transport the bodies to the county morgue, but otherwise, they haven't been in close proximity. But if you're talking about other people who've been exposed, there could have been a lot right now. Again, he was in that. That man was within the homeless encampment for at least a couple days.
All right. No, I mean about the bug thing. The only 2 people that know about that are the park ranger and the coroner.
And
the coroner and their assistants.
Oh, peachy keen.
Uh-huh.
Can we get? All right. Oh, I'm gonna. Okay, Mr. Handler here. Can we? I don't know. Put these people in quarantine. That'd be great.
Again, we currently have no authority. Well, that's like we don't have a particular authority to do that without putting a giant shining light onto our own activities, especially if we don't know what's going on with this. Well, so this is again why you're being sent in to confirm if this is an issue beforehand.
We can just say they found Agent Orange or something that was locked away from World War II supplies that was accidentally buried in the park. It happens a lot.
Yeah, you can also just say it's protocol to keep it on lockdown and like saying like, hey, yeah, we're coming into contact with something foreign that doesn't belong in the habitat. We're just wanting to isolate it and make sure who came into contact doesn't spread it. Doesn't seem alarming, just seems like we're just trying to do responsible forest cleanup.
Okay. That being said, Agent Burns. So let's take a look right now. What's your skill in law, bureaucracy, or if you're in biology?
Me?
No. Kenneth. So.
Bertrand? Yeah, sorry.
Yes.
And you were saying bureaucracy or what other one? I have 40 in bureaucracy and the other one law. 30.
30. I'm going to say that's basically enough professional knowledge that if you were to bring in enough authority to start swinging around a quarantine order, that especially at what is considered a popular vacation spot, which that's like within Southern California like this, it will cause a media stir.
Well, I'm not saying like call it like a quarantine. Do it something like if you can dress it up like it was an accident zone and we're trying to keep everyone clear. And the people who were on site to see it, we need to keep them away just to save face or whatever excuse we can come up with. But just basically of trying to find a way of making it sound like procedure and not just, oh, we're quarantined, but it's more like, hey, here's what's going on, but we don't want everyone to be involved in it because too many cooks in the kitchen is going to cause a lot of problems.
Okay. Well, again, as I had mentioned before, if you were wanting to do that, that is totally your prerogative. But in turn, this is also keeping particularly quiet. And if other people were to, that's like either not cooperate with that or information to get out, that could make that much harder. And I need not remind you, we will disavow you if absolutely necessary, or you feel that this is a bigger issue. So
fair enough.
And as we have a hold of your public lives right now, we can burn assets if necessary.
Oh, I wasn't saying I was going to turn tail. God. I was just making a suggestion.
This is not turning tail. This is at least having a modicum of restraint in the situation. And again, we can't really come in. That's like swinging in these situations. This isn't the 80s. Okay?
Fair enough.
Thank you.
And there's the love.
But, so yeah, basically you do have a couple areas that you can look into once you're on site. The program has gone ahead and gotten you hotel rooms that are around the local area, so you will have a base of operations coming out of Arlington. But yeah, you will need to see to each of these areas and confirm what is going on beforehand. So, that being said, anything else you would like to investigate or ask questions before you proceed?
How old is this park?
The park itself. That it's a fairly young park by comparatively. It's only about 60 or so years old, or actually taking about 70. It's because it is actually maintained as a full. That's like a full citrus grove. So there are different forested areas around the area, walking trails and other things. But comparatively, yeah, it's a more inner city national park.
So that puts it around the 50s when it was founded.
Yes.
Okay.
So, but yeah, this was made up more to promote the as a promotion of the local citrus businesses around the area and try to prop that up a little bit more. It does a steady stream of business going over, but it has lost a little bit of its luster over the years, which in turn is one of the things that kind of attracted other homeless encampments around to basically as a nice safe area that's out of the way.
Yeah.
And in turns right now, sometimes they also look there to be able to get work. That's work over the that's like over the summers, if they actually need some additional assistance, which that's like you've been informed the rangers will sometimes pay people underneath the table right now, mainly just to get that's like to help out a little bit and also to get some of the other the other crops out as needed.
Just to clarify, it is a state park, not a federal park.
It is a state park.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I just have 2 questions. One, with gear wise, do we just bring our own, or are we going to be supplied anything?
No, as of this right now, you are all on your own particular gear. So you do have you all are given stipends to be able to take care of certain things on site. But you're told that this should not be a situation that you would need any other bigger equipment for as of necessary, unless you report that in.
Covering like meals and incidentals and
I didn't know if they were going to supply testing equipment or
well, I think
anything.
there's some available at the morgue we're going to be able to use, correct?
That is correct, and that's like everything that you need should be there. So,
Mm-hmm.
All right. And,
Okay.
I carry a field inspection kit because it's what I do.
nope. If you have it on your character sheet, that's perfectly fine. So,
I carry a notepad to say. I think I missed this. Is the ranger a friendly or in the program or neither?
nope. That's like the ranger is a civilian, so
Okay.
they have nothing else to do.
But
with
someone
this.
in
This
their
is just
chain of
a
command was able to get to the program or something?
No. So as mentioned before, it's basically when hearing the call for the second opinion about the creature that was found in this man's wrist, that set off communication alarms with Delta Green. So that is why you were being sent in to investigate.
Are they expecting us?
So So they are expecting they are expecting somebody to come in to do a second opinion investigation on this too. So, but that is all has been told. So basically, Delta Green has intercepted the communication and letting you in, but you have to create up your own covers.
All right. As I'm taking my long trip across the country, can I see 2 things? One, is there any chatter on local forums, either hiking or like next door, or any support forums for the homeless in the community discussing anything that might be related to this?
Absolutely.
Or anything from the church, that is?
Yeah, absolutely. You can check on that. So, what is your skill?
For
I will
computer
say,
science?
I'll allow. What's your score on that?
For computer science, it's 60.
60. Since you're looking up information through there, I'm going to say you can do that at a negative 20, just because you're going to be looking up information that might not be normally found. So,
other question: have we worked together before?
So that will be all up to you. So, but we'll address that here in a second after we get past this roll. All right.
So we're using dice parser. 9.
If you want to, yes, if you want to use dice parser, that'd be.
So that would be a 9 out of 40.
9 out of 40. Okay. Yeah. You obviously don't see anything else on the local news other than about just general reports of the homeless community, the church's activities to try to get assistance of them. The fact that there was a dead man that was found within there, and just going back around that's like the systemic issues around homelessness. But you do notice 2 things that kind of are slightly interesting. One is a bit of a conspiracy theory poster. Or at least posting site that appears to be discussing the issues with mind control insects. So, which is making a lot of really crazy claims that we're dealing with aliens from the stars. They exist in your mind only to tell you what to do. But something else that kind of propped up as a little bit odd. It keeps referring back to a constant phrase. It says, "Don't eat into their fruit," and this particular person is posting up what looks like. You have to assume this is photoshopped, but it looks almost like a peach if it had a lot of fungus or algae over it that's formed into a hardened cocoon.
Yummy.
So, and behind it, there seems to be that's like some sort of company logo, but you can't actually make it out because of the picture itself. So, I don't know if that was photoshopped in or not, or taking a look. So, I would actually allow one more computer science roll just to see if you can figure out anything else from that.
All right, let's see. The character is a weird idiot savant when it comes to engineering. No, 95.
Nope. So that plane's too rocky, or the Wi-Fi on the plane is still a little bit too rough. So we're fine. But yeah, you found a little bit of an interesting thing there. So that might be another part to research once you are on the ground.
And the information that this conspiracy theorist was giving, did it seem like he knew about the case, or is it just rantings?
This means it looks like he had basic information about that too, but he at least about somebody dying within the homeless encampment. But it's more a tenuous link at this point, so than anything else.
And is there any way I could pursue to figure out who that guy is, or who the poster is? Man,
once I would say once you're back, once you're back on the ground, you can make another check to once you're in good internet. So okay. Since the plane's not going anywhere else. But yeah, you have a potential and possible another link to this. So, alrighty then. Unless anybody else had something else to do, everybody's landing. So, okay. All right. So you are at your hotel room. It is. You've all been given names, and actually bringing up this question, question before. How many of you have worked with each other?
I'm good either way.
Probably never.
Okay.
I grew up with all of them on the same cul-de-sac. We played baseball. No, I have never worked with any of these people.
Okay.
Fair. Then no, I guess we have not.
Ask your colleagues. So,
but we were all in the same briefing, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Yep. So, yeah, you can go ahead and take a look at that. You can all share information that you've had before. So I will say that everything that you know, everybody else should already know, unless somebody specifically says you're keeping something out. But yeah, as of right now, you are Dr. Carter, you do have an appointment scheduled over at the morgue. So with whatever alias that you've decided to go ahead and give yourself.
Yeah.
So that means,
okay.
And they do let you know that Ranger Smithson is currently waiting at the main at the main offices of the Citrus Park. So you can go there at any time and get information from them. And you do technically also have the location data for where the homeless encampment is. It is still up at this moment, so you can you can either go there directly or you can ask Ranger Smithson about it before.
Oh, great. If anybody wants to come with me to the morgue, you're more than welcome, but it's going to be really dry.
Ooh.
Well, I don't see myself being too much help with the dissection.
The corpse has already been dissected by the coroner. I'm just going to read the chart and ask him questions.
Yeah, you know what? I'll tag along.
So the whole mind control, conspiracy theorist, do you share that with us?
Yeah, I definitely do. All
right, so using journalism, I track this guy down. Where is he located? Is he local to this area, or is it just something totally unrelated?
Okay, what skill were you using for that?
Journalism.
What's your skill on that?
60.
60. All right. I'm gonna say go ahead and make a roll on that. But let's see what you get.
Sorry about that.
You're right.
Since this is a new dice roller,
critical success.
All right. So
we'll get just exclamation point and then the dice you want to roll.
Oh,
yep.
Okay, very good.
Yep, sorry. Yeah, that's all we have to do for this one too. So it's a little bit off.
Great.
All right. So first off, so you got a critical success. We'll be back in a second.
I rolled a D60. Damn it.
Oh yeah, that's.
Aw.
Okay,
Still a critical success.
Yeah.
still a crit success. All right, die spot wanted you to have it today. So, all right, so hold on for that for a second. JT, what were we rolling?
Nothing. I was just testing the system.
You were just testing. Okay, just making sure. So, all right. No, you look into that. You take a look at what Lesro gave you, saying like, yeah, we found this particular nutcase, and it's like, oh, I've seen this guy I'm posting on Redditor before. So, what the heck? And you can go ahead and post that. That's like, do you particularly post that location data? That being said, Carl, what is the name of our conspiracy theorist?
We'll go with Hank Jones.
Hank Jones?
Hank. H-A-N-K.
Hank Jones. Okay.
Jones.
Hank Jones.
As generic as I could make it.
That's fine.
Because it's not his real name.
All right, but Hank Jones, yeah, he is looks like a guy who is just one of your bog standard conspiracy theorist nuts. He believes everything right now is run by particular government organization or conspiracies. He thinks that there are cabals of that's like lizard people that are constantly watching us and taking everything. But the biggest kick that he is on right now is the fact that there are local produce manufacturers.
Local to where?
This is actually local around the California area specifically. Because you actually find that he is in the Arlington area.
That's what I was looking for. Okay.
Yeah. He is local to Arlington. But he has been talking about different shipments of fruits that have been coming out that have been tainted or spiked with some element that make them irresistible to the point where people no longer want any other kind of food. They will actively attack other people for food. Or if they don't get it, regular intake of particular food, it causes this particular food that's being produced. It causes them to manifest strange, growths or strange diseases that are not known, and that multiple people have died.
Okay.
But this has been taken under advisement. And
I cross-reference that with Instagram. Are any of those people taking selfies?
So,
for the last month or so.
For the people that he's identifying?
Both that and just, anyone in the Arlington area.
Okay.
Geographically located, near the thing.
All right. So for that one, I'm going to say that you don't I'm not going to make you another investigative roll, but I'm going to say odd or even.
Even.
Even? Okay. 1 sec.
Oh, I should actually roll a die.
Yep. I'll roll it for you. So
cool.
I'm doing that's on my part. So.
Yep.
So even. So most of these you actually find when you're trying to pull up the people that he's finding from. A lot of these names aren't coming up as anybody locally within the Arlington, but you do have one which appears to be a high school student's Instagram that was appears to be at a local industrial farm that's around the Arlington area, and behind you see a logo that says the word ZECT, Z-E-C-T. All right, and the name of looks like the you do have a user ID on that, which is hashtag Sparkle Fun Times. So
Sparkle Fun. How do you spell sparkle?
Well, no, that's a legit question with a teenager.
Is it sparkle with the A's or 8s?
So it actually is replaced with all ads for the A's. So
all right, so
guy's a trendsetter.
Yeah. So
it's of course all one word.
So that is information that you could research up a bit later to see if you can find that too. So, but yeah, Carl, that's what you've been able to find. There appears to be some sort of a link here. But So you could either you have Hank there or Sparkle Fun Times.
Who wants to interrogate Sparkle Fun Times?
I mean, maybe we should talk to Hank Jones first.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
or maybe we should actually talk to Sparkle Fun Times first.
Yeah.
Who's the easiest of the two to track down? Probably the high school student, and because Hank Jones, is still sorry.
With the crit success, I assumed I have actual address.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
If that's not the case, let me know.
No, you do actually have that. So you've because of the critical success, you have managed to at least get into the network. So you don't have an address for him as right now, but if you want to contact him and at least online through that's like VPN or another a VPN, another secured connection, they might be able to be willing to talk to you. So.
I mean, I'll just I'll shoot him a IM or email or whatever over the system that he broadcasts on.
Okay. Yeah. So you'll get a couple.
I need to step away for a moment, so let's hold off on that. I'll be right back.
So that's what taking from there. So, all right. That being said, Dr. Carter. So, is anybody else going with Dr. Carter to the morgue?
And there was the other coroner who's going to be at the morgue with Dr. Carter.
That is correct. So, the coroner, which is Dr. Helena Carlson, and then Dr. Sam Phillip.
Has anyone come in contact with the main ranger who found the body?
No. So that has that particular ranger is actually off is on administrative leave at the moment. So
that's fine. I would like to contact him.
Okay. So as of right now, you don't have that particular name yet, so you would have to talk to Ranger Smithson about that.
Okay, yeah, no, that's exactly my next step.
So looking at all the data with my skill level of biology of a 50, can I see the COD?
So for the cause of death. So
yeah.
For this information, that actually probably wouldn't have been transferred at. Oh, excuse me. Actually, that would be given the basis right now. So for what you could tell right now, their initial appears to be what they initially looked at was just full-on desiccation. So that the removal of water. But oddly enough, they actually note that this, after looking into it more thoroughly, it's a calorie deficiency. So they were starved to death.
So do they still have the cyst in the containment jar?
So that you don't know, you will have to go to it and talk to them. So are you? So that's
no. I thought that's where we were already. All right.
Okay. No. On. So we had not gone there yet. So I apologize. Right, I would make sure.
We Uber down to the coroner.
Okay. So that being said, is anybody else going with Dr. Carter?
I guess not.
I don't think anyone should go alone with the whole mind control thing on the table.
Then yeah, I could tag along with Agent Carter.
Okay.
Yeah, I assumed that I was helping out Carl on the computer investigation.
Cool. All right, then we'll
go. Or as far as you know, Harry Bird.
Yeah. All right, then. Harry Bird. So, all right, so we're going over to the morgue's office right now. You both enter there. Are you giving are you going ahead and giving a pseudonym, or are you sticking with your actual credentials?
I see no reason to make up credentials for myself. I'll just use my usual ID and everything.
Okay, so duly noted. So
yeah, I'll just use the USPA or my ACEFID credentials investigating the corpse on possible contamination of food supply.
Okay, all right. Yeah, you have the local desk person buzzes you in. You wait for a second, and then Dr. Helena Carlson comes in. She seems to be an older woman, probably about in her 60s. That's kind of a little bit stern, greets you. You were the two. Hi. So you were our assistant fill-in coroners to come in and help us.
No, we're not a coroner per se. I'm just here to inspect your data in food supply because the USDA has taken interest in this case because they think there might be a possible contaminant in the food supply in this general area, and we're trying to lock that down before it breaks out.
Oh, well, that's definitely needed, but I was under the impression that we're coming through to look at somebody if that's like to see if somebody else would give a second opinion on the particular cause of death here. What's your persuasion skill at?
Oh God.
I am also there if you want me to tag the persuasion.
Oh yeah, you do the persuading. I'm the science person. Sorry.
I have a 70 in persuade.
Oh, okay. So, all right. So, how are you explaining this particular investigation to Dr. Carlson?
I approach Dr. Carlson, calm and pull out my badge. I'm like, listen, Kenneth Bichard with the FBI. This is my associate. She's obviously looking, or Dr. Carter's obviously looking for any reason for food contaminants on the other side of things, where I need to talk, see what you have uncovered and see what we can find out for our discoveries. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Okay, go ahead and roll persuasion.
17.
Okay, yeah, if this has FBI backing on there, that's, I guess, a little bit more serious once you come back.
You asked for help, and you've been given.
So, but yeah, to give you a basics on there, the man himself, he's just we initially thought he was a John Doe, because we didn't have any particular issues, but anything that we could have really identify with outside of what would be normal dental records and everything. He almost has no teeth or whatsoever, but found a couple of really disturbing things. One of those being, as you come back, and now you actually do see the corpse itself. The big one of those that she pulls up from the tumor excise himself, and yeah, as you look over where it's been folded over, it does look less like a tumor area or something that was there, and more like a cyst too, that something was growing within there. Off to the side, you do see where the wasp or hornet-like creature is, and it is massive comparing to what you've seen right now. It's, when you look at where they've excised it, it's almost a foot in length.
Oh,
it is
okay.
Not good once you both see that. So, yeah, Kenneth, Dr. Carter, go ahead and take a sand check.
Oh, thanks a lot. All right. Oops. Nope,
that's not a murder hornet. This is something else.
I got a 2. I'm going to say it's a murder hornet, and that's all I'm going to keep saying.
Gotcha.
1 second, it's not letting me roll. There. Yeah, no. All right. That's a 70 over 65.
Yeah. You just lose 1 because this is something you've never, ever seen before. This is not.
Oh, yeah.
And if this is what has been described to you in the photos that you've been given, holy God, this could be bad. So
I'm just happy it isn't a clown.
I pretty much go, yep, that's what we're afraid of. I'm going to have to, under the USDA, we're going to have to confiscate that, or not confiscate, take this into custody. Yeah, I meant
confiscate the wasp.
Yeah, take this into custody for further testing. We think it might be an invasive species that's coming over from Asia. You've heard of the Asian murder hornet. Well, this is its close cousin.
Radiation, it's a hell of a thing.
Yeah. So you're, Dr. Carlson looks at you for a second, like, I'm willing to maybe take a little bit of that, but I think again, so it's a little bit of details that I needed to let you know that was what we've been concerned about. She points you back down to the excise area around, it's like his wrist, and you actually see a couple things. That one, what you almost missed as veins or arteries actually going into the sister tumor area itself. Yeah. It does not look like it's set for blood flow. And what's your biology skill at?
50.
50. You don't have to roll for this right now. That doesn't look like that's like calculating more like just a simple blood flow for like a vein. That looks larger, something like an umbilical. And it is moving straight into the back of the arm. And as you look up, you can actually see where it is pushing against the muscle and fat tissue going back into him.
So was this like in the upper arm, lower arm? What are we talking?
It is on the top of the wrist.
Uh-huh.
It leads underneath the muscle tissue and is leading all the way back.
Ew.
So
yeah.
And as far as you could tell, like the doctor looks at. We took a look to see where this is going, and she starts maneuvering different things around. You can actually see that where they've excised his chest, this goes all the way to the stomach, and seems to have fused there.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, we'll probably have to take this corpse back to the lab as well for further dissection. Could be possible food contamination. We don't want to get this out. Obviously, anybody that was there any contents in the stomach of any food he ate?
No. It's like the only things that we found. Well, or at least we thought we would find right now is possibly in the lower intestine. That would indicate any kind of particular digestion, but that's the other strange thing. We couldn't find anything in there. It looked like whatever had gone on. He literally starved to death and just dried up from the inside out.
Oh, great! So it's a tapeworm. Wonderful. Well, that's not good. So, let's see here. All right, so I guess we'll just need copies of all this work. I'll send in a team to come collect the bodies because we'll take it to a USDA lab to do further investigation, if that's all right with you.
What's your intelligence?
So, I don't know, 17, I think, or is it? No, 15.
15. So 15 for that. So go ahead and make a roll for right now.
For intelligence? All
yes,
right.
Just an intelligence roll.
Boop. Yeah, that's a fail.
Okay. Yeah, no, you are going. Yeah, you're just kind of going on and on about how to take this right now. So, and what this is, Kenneth. So I'll allow you to go ahead and make the same roll.
No.
Yeah, you're both just it's like his insistence on you getting this out of here now too, because this is weird. Holy God, this is there. But
I also ask, since you said you couldn't, the unknown had no teeth. Do you have any identification or are able to track anything down, like fingerprints?
That's the last thing. I don't know how to explain this other than just a literal identical twin. But she pulls up some papers that look like that they are part of county penal records and hands them over to you. The man, the photo right now looks identical. She said, "This man right now for his is named James Harlot, and he has same age in his late 40s, but he is currently serving time for Grand Theft Auto." And I called to confirm that he is still alive and incarcerated, and he very much is still there. So unless this man had a twin somewhere that we were not aware of, I don't know.
Did you happen to get a DNA sample from said prisoner to match with the John Doe?
So we do, but unfortunately, that's still in process at this moment. So we can't. And we're getting another one. Trying to get another one from the local penitentiary. But that could take days, if not weeks.
And just besides, you found this Have you shared this with anyone else?
She leans back and is rubbing her temple. No, I haven't. Because honestly, I don't know what this is. This
And I'm
could
gonna let you
cause
know.
a panic.
I'm gonna let you know right now. The best thing for you to probably do: give us all of the information you have. We will get back to you. It's just because it's such a weird situation, and like you said, it might cause a panic. I think we should take care of the information, go through our resources, and we'll get back to you to tell you what our specialist will find.
All right. I'm gonna say that that's either going to be a persuade or a bureaucracy roll to try to convince her to fudge the paperwork on this to get it out.
I will roll persuade.
Okay.
53. That is a success.
That is so. Look, I'm fine with this. So because I don't know what this is linking into, I don't want my career to be fucked over by this. So
if anything, I would actually like your name. Just to, if anything does come of this and there's actually something, I want to make sure we give you a commendation. But you have to make sure nobody else knows about this, because it's kind of like a best way to describe it, as I tell people, is if you're on America's Next Top Model and you're the winner, and then you leak that you won online, you're no longer the winner. We have to give it to somebody else. Does that make sense?
Just gives you a long, exasperated look. Kid, look.
47 years
all
old.
this is done. So, and I'm 60. What's your point? I'm gonna be. It's like what I'm gonna be doing is wiping the paperwork right now, telling my colleague to take a week or two off while we let some things taken care of, and then down and forgetting this with a fifth of Blanton's. So yeah.
God bless you. You're a solid American, and
you know what? Shut up and
Thank
get
you.
it out. So
yeah, fair enough.
here, I will allow the use of one of the refrigerator trucks for about a day. It needs to be returned back. That's like by the end of the weekend, you figure out whatever transfer that you need. So, or if that as long as I can do before my ass gets in trouble. So
fair enough.
But yeah, so you do have this time right now to go ahead and so you do basically have carte blanche to get it out. She's believed you. So, but that being said, where are you going? You have to think about where you're going to take it. So, but we'll.
Sorry, I was just going to say everything that transpired there, I probably would send to our handler of got the body secured, have an ice truck for a day. Where do you want us to put this, or where would you like this?
Okay, well, we'll get back that to a second where you can think of it. So no worries. So that being said, Lazaro and Carl. So are you heading over to the park or your contact, or trying to get a hold of your conspiracy theorist?
I was aiming for the conspiracy theorist. It's not like there was actually useful information that the police dragged out of the park.
Okay.
And if this is what it sounds like it is, we really don't want it spreading. So, it hopefully is just someone who is a little bit off.
Yeah.
By which I mean very delusional. But
can I do some more investigation into Hank Jones's background?
Yeah, if you want to do one, so you can go ahead and make a roll.
All right. Would you prefer bureaucracy or computer science?
What information are you specifically trying to get for him? So,
I guess just who he is, like what his profession was, how he got started. If he's always, if he was somebody on the inside who now is a crazy conspiracy theorist, or if he's just somebody who's always been on the outside. Right.
I'll tell you for free because of your computer science background that this is a guy who's completely gone off the deep end with. It's like with Alex Jones like conspiracy theories, and he has done a good job of trying to basically erase himself from seeing anything. So if you want to be able to give details that he's missed, I would say go ahead and make a computer science roll and see what you get.
I'll do that. 32 out of 60.
All right, so that is enough. It takes a while, but you've managed to get general details. You found that he has literally pulled it's like pull a trick of trying to give himself 4 different addresses across the country to throw people off, including Wrigley Field, because he did watch the Blues Brothers a lot growing up. But you do find that he has a small farm that is about 30 miles outside of Arlington. So going towards Florida around La Sierra South. So if you can go out there and see him, so he doesn't seem to have any active phone communications that you can see. So unless you want to try to draw him out another way.
I'll leave that to Carl.
I mean, I think we should just show up and talk to him. It'll be fine.
We'll basically verify his conspiracy beliefs.
Okay.
Well,
So you're going
yes.
to try to contact him through his dark web conspiracy net.
I mean, we now have an address, so
So
I'll let you go talk to him. I'll try to reach out to him through the dark web.
or why don't you actually, you know what? Reach out through the dark web for him to set up a beat. He might not be comfortable with us knowing where he is, so we don't want to tell him we know where he is.
Yeah, just showing up on somebody's farm who's already kind of paranoid and not knowing if they might have a shotgun or not.
That was my 4th thought on this one. Yeah, it's like maybe not a great plan.
I'll reach out and tell him that I have some information. I want to compare it to his information, and if he can prove that I can trust him, then I'll be willing to set up a meet.
Okay. So, all right. I'll go ahead and do that. 1 second. Getting Hellspawn back into the stream. All right. So, all right. I'm going to say that this one, I will either allow a computer, it's like a computer science check right now, specifically to get the protocols through, but if that's going to, or to basically word it in a way that it can be fine, or I will say either a persuade check. So,
well, I mean, I've got a high persuade. If you can send it, I can write it.
Okay. So that means that
my persuade is terrible, and my intelligence is 8. I really am just good at computers and math.
Okay, so I will say that you don't have to make a roll on the computer sciences if you can do that. So that being said, Carl, go ahead and make your roll.
Yeah, I need to actually use enough zeros.
That'd be nice.
63 under 70.
All right. So how do you approach our Hank? So how are you convincing him that convincing us that you are to be trusted?
Well, obviously, I'm showing him some of the other stories I've published as Harry Bird, and weirdly, they're in a similar kind of vein. But this one, it's like, look, man, I think we can make this big. I just need to get the details from you. You'll get a byline.
So, I don't want a fucking byline. So
okay, you won't get a byline. You'll be a protected source. Either way, man.
No, I mean, if they know a byline too, then they start looking at the other addresses, then they can know where I'm at, and that is how they get you.
Absolutely true.
So, fine. I don't want you out at my place too, because I don't want anybody else to know where it is.
Okay,
at all.
That's fair.
So, but he gives you the location of a Starbucks that is more local to you. So, I only go there because that is the only place that they are not putting the 5G microchips into the chai powder. Mm-hmm.
I understand.
Okay. So that's fine. It's like I will be there at the specific time. These are the drinks that you're supposed to order. That's the only way I will know you. We are not exchanging any other information. Do you understand?
Oh, you mean until you're there?
Yes. So,
yes, that's fine.
Okay. So, but yeah. So if you're not saying he's just giving a list of crazy demands. So you have a you have a time in about an hour to meet with him.
Sure.
So,
what horrible drinks has he decided we must order?
Actually, that being said, what's the worst Starbucks drink you can think of?
Oh, I never go to
Unicorn
Starbucks.
Frappuccino.
Okay, that's fine. So, yeah. So basically, he just gives you some sort. He just orders you like the most basic cold brews that are there. So
as long as he doesn't order something with fruit in it.
Okay, so that's no, because that's how they get you. And actually, he
exactly.
tells you, no fruit, anything else. So, all right. But yeah, you both have your meeting there. So we're gonna switch back over briefly to Dr. Carter and Kenneth. So,
All right.
so that being said,
Well, we call up the handler. And say, okay, we've got the bug in the body. Do we have an incinerator to dump it?
well, that is a question. So, what have you found out about it?
Well, the body was serving as a womb for this insect. Literally, it drained him of all his liquids and calories and nutrients. So, it looks like it was the infection vector was oral. So, whatever he ate caused it to grow inside him like a parasite, and it drained him of all its fluids. And we have the bug. If you want to destroy, that's not a problem. I don't know what other testings you want on this thing.
Okay. Well, did you actually refer back to the documentation we gave you to confirm if this was the same thing we were looking at?
Well, this thing's about a foot long. So is that what you're looking for?
Well, specifically, they gave you information to us, like X-rays and other things, to basically look at the dissected insect and see if it is. So, have you actually done that?
We took all the information they had.
Okay.
Yeah, we took their information. They didn't dissect the insect. I'm assuming so. Was it in a specimen jar or formaldehyde?
It is basically it's actually being kept in a an independent cooling unit right now. So
and
they didn't.
We also have the truck that has the freezer, like the truck that we can work in essentially.
Yeah. So,
all right. We can crack this bug open and look for what you're looking for. But we need to dispose of a body. You got to dump.
Okay. So yeah, we can. Well, obviously, if it is dead, and we want that, we would like to. We want to be able to take a. And you are certain that it is not active. It is not alive. It is not in a state of metabolic stasis.
Nope, it's inert. It's just desiccated corpse.
Okay. We will be stand by before you confirm. If you confirm that this is something different, we will be providing a green box location for you to store this in, and another team will come in for disposal.
Is it a refrigerated green box?
So it is a secured green box. So
all right.
Right. But yeah, no. If you, so you would need to look the information right now that you've been given, and make a biology roll to see what you can confirm between this and the insect corpse.
Oh, well, hold on. I hit the wrong button. Let's try that again. All right, 48 out of 50. Oh, that's good.
That's actually really good. So, all right. So you still, you could basically, as Kenneth is loading up the corpse into the truck, so where it's available, you are looking through it, and you notice a couple things that are actually different here that are a little bit more disconcerting. One, there appears the insect that you see in there seems to be a lot larger. So than the one that you see.
Pretty large? Yeah.
That one, yeah, a foot is still pretty large right now. This one seems to be like 3 feet long, so much larger. And also, you can't. Again, you are not an entomologist by trade, but you would almost assume this one is more of a larval stage, if it can be called that. It's like you're not certain if this could be something of an incubation period, but especially how it's connected. But it doesn't look like the ones that you're seeing, at least in this picture, and it doesn't seem to have some of the same organelles that are protruding around. Also, and something you didn't notice until you were able to look back over, is that where it's on the arm, it actually its head seems to be pointed down, and its mandibles where its mandibles were not connected. And when you look back at the body, you actually see that the mandibles, there's actually a hole of some sort that seems to be protruding at the bottom of the wrist. That's like going up into the palm.
Yeah, kind of figured as much. It's a parasitical wasp. I've seen these before in variant fruits, obviously. certain wasp will lay their eggs in a fruit. I've seen stuff like this before. That's not fun.
Mhm.
As I knock up, or not knock up, as I let's see, who is the agent Burchell? Hey, could you swing by a liquor store? It's going to be a long night.
No props. By the way,
Yeah.
Doc Carter, did you forget? Did you mention that there's another full-grown person in prison who pretty much looks identical to this corpse?
Not yet. Let's get rid of the corpse first, and then we'll contact the handler saying we've got an identical twin that needs to go into solitary.
We might, I would say, get a blood sample just in case. I don't know why. It feels like we should go over the top of the books for this one.
Yeah.
Well, he's a prisoner. He shouldn't have any rights. We should be able to get that forthwith.
Oh, I meant the corpse. Sorry.
Oh, well, there's no blood in this corpse.
Skin.
Last thing that we can do. So go ahead, Dr. Carter, and make an alertness roll if you would, please.
Oh, okay, alertness. Let's see what is my alertness? Base 20. This would be fun. Nope.
Yeah, this thing's weird. So
Yeah.
you don't really touch it, but you do have that ability. So you make the call back over to your handler.
So, Mr. Handler, sir, this is a juvenile of the details you've sent me. So if you're looking for a hot zone, we need to find the infection vector. Most likely it's oral. And if this guy was found at a lemon lime grove, that might be the source of the infection.
So
we will be heading there shortly.
Okay. Well, we still need information from the. We need information from the park rangers to make sure and taking a look. So yeah, this orders still stand since you've confirmed this is dead. Please, they get details to a storage facility that is about 15 miles north of Arlington. So it's going to take you a while to go ahead and get there and get back.
That's fine.
But you are to go ahead. You were to go ahead and store it there until further notice. If I am also recommending that you are clear to take out some weapons from this green box if necessary until the end of the duration of this assignment.
We also need a blood sample from a Luis Sodes. I can't remember the guy's last name. He's a prisoner. He's in jail for Grand Theft Auto. Or is it a Jane? Or yeah. He's apparently in prison for Grand Theft Auto. We need to put him in solitary and get a blood sample from him for the desiccated body we have in front of us is his identical twin.
Wait, here's a question. If
yes.
How old is the corpse? Is apparently 2 days old, but it looks like it's been out there for a couple of weeks.
He's been dead for 2 days. Yes.
Well,
is he physically the same age as the prisoner?
I'm more thinking of if this thing was because we were kind of under the assumption maybe this was passed on through eating food.
Yeah.
Well, what if this guy was already in prison and he ate the food that created this thing? Maybe there's a supply chain of a food company that delivers to this prison that might be the source of this outbreak.
Well, that's what I was thinking too, because if this grove is a nonprofit and they hire homeless to harvest the fruit and vegetables, they can't really sell it because it is part of the state, but they can give it away and specifically give it to prisons.
So maybe if we track down the truck that, I don't know, delivered that day, or maybe somebody who was a part of that delivery, maybe we'll find a person who knows more about what's going on.
Oh, I don't know if the delivery driver will do anything.
Sorry.
Yeah, but heading to the source to this grove was probably the best bet next, and to find out what actual fruit is being delivered, or if we can requisition the cafeteria menu of the prison for the last month, I guess.
Well, my main concern is if it was like a shipment of it, we would see more cases of this wasp-like entity in the forest, but we've only seen so far this thing. If it was, I'm just assuming maybe somebody who was a part of that transfer may have only tampered one plate of food or one unit, so to speak. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. It also could be just a localized infection, or a localized vector. Again, But yeah, your ideas sound too.
Okay.
But we need more information before we can start.
Oh
shutting
yeah,
things down.
no, I'm not
No.
suggesting that. I was just saying we should
So
look into that.
let's dump this body, pick up some weapons, preferably fire, lots and lots of fire.
Oh, so much. And did we hit that? We hit that liquor store.
Yeah. What do you want? My treat.
Well,
Yeah, got to.
yeah. So you're deciding on that while you're driving up there too. So all right. Back to Carl and Lazaro. So, yep, you are sitting in a local Arlington Starbucks off at a corner. So, looking nonchalant as you can. And you don't think there's any as you're sitting there waiting around. I would say, Lazaro, you go ahead and get a message off of the dark web app that you're working through that states what table. So, and just a question mark.
Wait, I thought the whole point of the drinks was that he would know where we were. But I'll say the one with the drinks you asked us to get. And I'll kind of shake my cup a little.
So, it's like you see a guy around at the very far end of the store, just kind of quickly looking around. He looks like he's about in his late 40s, early 50s, pretty disheveled overall. You actually see that he has an EMF scanner that he just kind of keeps sweeping over everything, much to the irritation of the barista that he's passing by. And then he sits down for a second. Sniffs each of the drinks. Can't believe it. I'll have to do it right now to get a good coffee. And right now, he actually takes both of them. Thanks a lot, and starts chugging them.
I will, with barely saying hi to him, just grab his EMF meter thing and be like, "Oh, this is cool. Is this an original design?" And start taking it apart and looking.
The minute you grab onto it, he grabs your wrist and maneuvers himself to actively show the 45 that's tucked in his shoulder harness below his jacket.
I kind of give him a dumbfounded look and continue to be like, do you mind if I look at it?
Yes, I do. And if you want any information about me, you are going to put down my tools now.
I'm very slowly pull out a notepad made of paper. Say, look, I thought ahead. I know you're nervous about the electronic stuff, so I came prepared. Should we talk about this? I think you've got something real here.
Find somebody else that's there. So he takes the paper pad and he actually leans down, starts scribbling on it.
Okay.
So, what do you know? So what do you want me here? What do you want to know?
Well, I mean, the photos you've posted are a little blurry and so forth. I mean, so we've got the one lead with the kid, right? How widespread is this whole fruit thing? If it's widespread, why is it not popping out more often? Is it really rare but still happening?
I don't know.
Is it one place or is it all the growers? What's going on?
Oh no, it's just one place right now. It's a stupid industrial park that new it's like one of these newfangled startups that trying to improve on nature, but they're just doing stuff right now to make sure that we can only eat one thing and one thing alone. And as you've turned around, you see that he's scribbled out the Zect logo.
Okay.
And pushing it forward.
So how do you know? Give us your evidence. However sketchy, I can follow up on it.
So fine. So he actually gets it into a much deeper pocket than you thought he would have had on this particular jacket. He must have sewn.
Oh no, I was expecting something like that.
And you don't know how this is possible, but he seems to almost pull a ream of it's like what looks like dot matrix printer paper out.
Classic.
As he's going through different things. So, this is one of these companies right now that they actually didn't start out here at all. So trying to figure out what it is. They were originally here. So that's like these guys were originally in aerospace for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know how. Said they were supposed to be starting out in in the UK somewhere, but then they ended up moving over here. That's like for some claim of JPL or something. I don't know, of being around here, but it keeps actually dumping more and more of these reams out onto the floor, all connected. So
there's more than one ream. Now I'm starting to get surprised.
But yeah, no, the pages keep falling to the floor. They're all still connected and still keeping it their track. But basically, he just said, but they got into something else too. It's like by organic startups too. Basically, since the fruit company is out here, wanted to create something that was more sustainable. Since we're eventually going to lose all of our fruits because they all just come from one source that's just completely fucked. But it's worse than I thought too. They want to make us assume all eating and make sure that we can only eat one thing, which is their big product. Eddie actually shows you another thing, which says Project Zect on there, which find out is an acronym for Zero Eating Calorie Transfer.
Ew.
So what's that have to do with those weird ass fruit things? And people, and they've been sending people out to that farm on that they have north of the park for at least a year, trying to get people right now to try out the new thing, Wave of the Future.
Do we have the name of the UK aerospace company?
So he keeps going through right now. So and you see pages are flying around. So I don't know. It's been so long. I just knew that they were an aerospace company.
Fair.
So
okay.
I forget. I need to file. I need a better filing system. I don't want to have to keep rolling back up.
Understood. So would alertness buy me anything else off his notes?
Let's see. I would actually say not alertness, but go ahead and give me an investigation.
So journalism?
Yeah, journalism investigation.
There is no investigation skills. So
oh, sorry. Yeah.
I am ignorant. I know nothing. This seems perfectly normal.
Yep. Yeah. So, but you do have the location of this particular what appears to be test farm. You actually put that. I will say, Lazar, you put that information in just under a search engine, and yeah, it brings up a company called Zect. With this, it actually brings up the. It doesn't have the acronym underneath it, but it says the future in farming. Come see the test farm, and you see just pictures of what appear to be normal different fruits. There's a test right now for apple groves. Different, apparently, what they claim is a future banana strain, or in the origins and everything. But so it looks like a basic plan, but they do host what appear to be different daily. Daily tours through their groves and labs.
Okay, well then I've been sitting there fidgeting uncomfortably for a while, and kind of toying at my phone. But then as soon as I have something like that to focus on, I'm going to start going in and seeing how good's the security on Zek's website then.
You can go ahead. Do try and back away from him with the phone. He's obviously nervous about radio waves.
Okay, so luckily enough, he's actually, the only thing that you've seen that he's done, actually, Lazaro, go give me an awareness check.
Okay. My alertness is 20. It's not going to happen.
Go ahead.
I believe in you.
Yes, you don't know how it happened or when it happened, but you have 2 pieces of duct tape covering over your cameras on your laptop.
That's fine.
So,
I'm not bothered by that.
Yeah. Okay. So that happened. But yeah, you... go ahead and
I'm sympathetic to this guy. His fingers are also covered in paint and glue. I imagine he also makes models at home.
Go ahead and make a computer science roll.
That's certainly a word for it.
1.
That's a critical success, isn't it?
That is. So.
Well.
So while you guys are talking, I'm just bored, like taking over the website.
Yep.
All right. So
I guess the other question though is, can I get any? While you're thinking about the response to that, can I get anything else from him other than the plot points he's already exposed?
So I will think about that. I will give you that here in a second. So,
Yep.
But Lazaro, yeah, you've cut through this. The first thing you find out too is that one, this is actually just a shell website actually. So it's basically just set there for advertising. It looks like it was set up only basically to use general advertising. You can actually check back on the numbers that they have listed for calling in for the tours. That appears to be what, once you research that a little bit more, it's just a link basically to a call center that handles random information as well. So this thing is basically just a complete front. What you're able to do though is you are actually you do note that there is a that's like a reference to an aerospace firm right now, basically through what appears to be the payment information. So, because you were able to fight through this, and it does appear to be funded by something called Severin Aerospace, which, doing a little bit more research on that particular critical, is a very, very defunct aerospace company that collapsed in the late 80s, early 90s.
I will look into that. I assume that I now am the registered owner of their domain now. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Although, no, maybe I'm not. No, actually, I want to force them to contact me. So I will set up a front of a hacker who took over their website for ransomware to force them to contact me so I can follow their money and their chatter.
Nice.
Give me a luck check. Odd or even?
I'll go odd.
Odd. Okay. I'll roll
My
that.
character's odd.
Odd. Okay. All right. So we'll get back to that here in a second. So, and again, Carl, what information were you looking for from?
Well, I mean, we've gotten him to repeat the plot points he's already spilled. It's Zect. There's people. There's some fruit. They're having people taste certain fruits. They're mutating the fruits or something, which we don't have any records of.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, are there any records of? I look over at Lazaro. Are there any records of any of this stuff with USDA or FDA?
I mean, I assume that I'll have to take another check on that later. But
right. I mean,
I
put it on your list. Cool.
Okay.
But yeah, so is there anything else here that I could get out of him on these guys? I think he spilled all his plot points, is what I'm saying.
So, as far as you know, as far as you know, the information that he knows about is that they seem to be producing some sort of weird fruit, and trying to at least get people in there on what he believes under the auspices of an illegal test of this. So that it's like this might have some other effect. We're not sure what's going to happen with it, but yeah, it's basically telling them that they have to. It's like that's all he knows right now. This is just this company is a massive conspiracy.
Is it dumb to assume that we've been sending texts to each other about information we're picking up?
I figured we would meet after.
I
figured we'd meet after this because you don't want to send that over text.
Yeah. I mean, basically, we're both doing info dumps as we have time available.
Yeah,
exactly.
So you do get a text saying, "What alcohol do you guys like?"
Winky face
for drinking or for burning?
We're drinking.
You sure?
Yeah.
We'll be singing "Burn, Baby, Burn."
Well, make sure you get some. Oh wait, I was going to say lime. Skip that. Nothing fruit flavored. I don't know why. Anyway.
Yeah.
Grain alcohol it is.
So, other things. Does he know if these guys have anything radioactive at the lab? Has he seen any postings? Have there been any biohazard signs he saw?
Well, in this case, are you asking that if he's actually been to the farm itself?
Well, no, I'm asking if he knows of those things. at the
And he
farm.
knows the things. He suspects that that's the only way they'd be able to grow
Right.
this stuff,
Okay.
but he has no concrete proof.
Okay. Cool. All right. Well, I mean, I think you've given us as big a lead as you've got, and that's great. And this is definitely a fantastic starting place, and you will never be mentioned.
Yep. So,
Would you like another coffee before you go?
Piss off, and he just gets up and runs off with trailing. That's like trailing.
Okay.
His ream of dot matrix print offs. So
What an asshole.
Yeah, he is. Okay, so next
Seems
step.
nice.
Let's find out. I will see what I can find out about the company. Just doing just normal web searchy things for businesses. Do they have any local permits, registrations? Do they have radiation generating equipment, like accelerators for mutating things, like they do? Or do they have a biological clearance? Any of that sort of stuff, which would be with the state, regulatory agencies.
yeah.
And also being federal, if they're growing fruit, they have to be registered under the federal too, because they would get regular USDA inspections.
That's correct. So
Fair.
All right. Yep. So you'd be able to look for that. So
Well, that's if they're in distribution. If they're not in interstate commerce, they might skirt that.
We'll see.
Yep. So
Well, I'll look into their.
It's really
military
hard to
contract.
not be in interstate commerce. It's possible, but very, very difficult.
Yeah. All right. But yeah, so go ahead. I'm going to say that this is late enough tonight. Oh, actually, I take that back. One thing before we take a small break here. So going back to Dr. Carter and Kenneth. So you do arrive at the Green Box. Again, it is a very unassumed you store it. That is, again, off the edge of Arlington itself. You are given the codes for where you need to go. And find a storage facility that actually it's one of the largest on there, but you actually found out that this one has been hollowed out a little bit with a couple of these the other units in, and has a lot more room on the inside than you would think. But they do have essentially a walk-in freezer that is set up for this.
Wow,
And
that's really nice.
That's convenient. Who knew?
God.
So this has a lot of biological things right now. Different at least it says biohazards and things that you are not to touch, and actually has drawn lines around there to not get into range of certain things. With a note saying, if you hear singing, turn around and walk out. So
I opened all of them. No, I'm just kidding.
and the game ends. So,
At least there's not a parrot in here. I've seen the parrot. It's scary.
to your knowledge. So, but anyway, as you go in
just
there,
haven't seen it.
you are given the code. Your handler has given you codes specifically to an arms locker that has that's like 4 handguns in there. So you have basic 45s that you are allowed from there. 1 pump action shotgun, and it does give you access to a flamethrower.
Oh, we
It
have a
does
flamethrower?
not?
Oh.
It does. So
How about incendiaries? Any?
no. So this is all that's in there.
I call
Phosphorus
Lazaro up.
rounds?
Yeah, I was looking for a Willie Pete. No, not gonna happen.
Hey, Rockman, it's Burchard. We're at the guns locker. Is there anything you want in particular?
I'll take anything. Any electronics or anything mechanical.
Oh, okay. Yeah, is Carl with you? We just kind of want to do this in one go.
Okay. And I hand the phone to
something
Carl.
simple to use. So I guess shotgun.
Oh, okay. We got one of those actually.
Yeah.
Plenty ammo.
Yeah. So you have enough ammo for that too, but anything else?
Maybe
bulletproof
some
vest?
machetes, just in case we're up against something plant-like.
like
You will have to buy that on your own. So
Fair.
those are the weapons.
You can
That's
just
a
buy
Home
that
Depot
at-
trip. Yeah.
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 Is there any Balkovas or like any kind of tactical wear, like bulletproof vest?
No. So again, this is what has been provided for you so far. Anything else would have to be obtained on your own.
Budget
I mean,
cuts.
out of character, my best skill is operate heavy machinery. So
I'm bringing the
if you guys want
forklift.
to get a forklift, yeah.
All right. But you have the equipment you have, so you can take that back over to the hotel. Let's think for a break here. Carter and Kenneth both give me awareness checks.
Yeah. Okay. I'm too busy worrying about the paperwork. Yeah, no.
Okay.
I got 42 though. That's an answer to something.
I got a 93. I'm pretty sure. Fairly confident. Yeah, no, I didn't make it.
All right. So that being said, you both get into the cars. It start driving off, and you're probably about just a block away. When you hear an explosion,
Shucks.
and you feel because we've come out, and look over the direction. That is absolutely the direction where the green box was.
Great.
Thorough.
I look at you going, all right, who's calling the handler?
I'll do it.
And that being said, since I will give you both one more awareness check.
Oh
no.
Oh, I got it! Holy shit!
Yes. Who's driving? I have 61.
You're driving.
Awareness. Oh no.
Bear is driving.
No, I once again. I did not make it.
Nope. All right. So yeah, through the explosion, you So you end up looking over there, Dr. Carter, and realize that there's reorienting yourself. You see what looks like a somebody else on a motorcycle just booking it from that area.
Oh, great. A chase scene in the refrigerator truck. This is going to be fun.
Just like Terminator 2.
Yeah. Floor it.
Yeah.
Floor it, Agent Bertrand.
You're going to make that chase?
Let's chase him.
All right, make a drive roll.
It's time to be heroes. Let's see. I don't even know if I have drive. 56 and... No, I make it. I have 70 in drive.
Okay.
Wow, you're the wheelman.
Quickly to the refrigerator unit.
So you're driving a coroner's refrigeration truck.
Sure. Yeah. We're...
I stick the shotgun out the window, and I'm like, let's do this.
So yeah, you basically you manage around the corner. You're going down. Yeah, there is somebody else who appears to be at least in the shadows because it's about early evening now. Complete leathers and everything else, just booking it from there. And yeah, you can actually see that they were apparently close because their jacket or the bike is a bit smoking. So this is, I'll say it's going to be 2 more checks to see if you can actually match them. If not, you're gonna lose them.
All right.
Are they like on a Harley, or are we talking a speed demon bike?
So it's a Kawasaki. So
I mean,
great.
I guess the other question is, was it us that blew it up?
No.
We're
I'm
chasing
guessing
them down.
No, because there
Unfortunately,
were a lot of
it's
other
destructive.
things in there that might not have been destroyed with fire.
yeah,
I know.
unfortunately, you can't see me shrugging, so I'm just gonna have to say I am shrugging. So
Fair.
all right,
He shrugs sinisterly.
all right, Hellspawn, did you make it?
Rolling now. And I do not. That is You know what? I guess it's the refrigerator unit, the coroner's truck. It didn't have the metal I was looking for.
Also, I will give this one for free too. That if you are caught trying to pursue in a very obvious vehicle that could be traced back to the county, that might be bad.
Nah.
So I will allow. So in this case,
I feel convinced that it might be bad.
Yeah. Might
So-
is usually.
So this is up to
yes.
you. You can make one more check, or you can leave it as is. I will say if you can make the check, you will get some information.
Did we get a plate before he lost them?
No, but if you can make one more check, you can get information. So that would be one more drive check.
I have 70 on drive. I mean,
I know.
the odds are pretty good.
It's fine. Ice spot won't hurt you.
That's what they always say.
No, no one says that actually. Ice spot will hurt you. Exactly.
Thanks.
Evil errands, evil.
Do it. Well,
All right.
the detail, the green box already foobarred.
That
We have no
is
choice.
a pass.
Okay. Yeah. So you do get that, and you actually do get the information there. You do record down the license plate information, so you can track that later tonight. So, but yeah, unfortunately, it is too fast. So it
And I'm
zips
too
around the corner,
furious.
and yeah, imagine that's like the powered up bike versus a morgue truck. So
What?
you would think about that. So, all right. So everybody else will be gathering back for tonight. We'll go ahead and take
do you guys like call our handler immediately about this? Because
Oh, yeah.
they may need
Yeah.
a containment team there.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
So-
pretty sure with the explosion going off, it probably set off a trigger to the handler already.
One would think, but
We'll deal with that in here in a second. So we're going to take a brief break, and
Okay.
we'll be back in about 5 minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
All right. So Agent Bircher and I hand you as the motorcycle drives away. I just hand you the whiskey bottle. There you go.
maybe wait till you're off the street in the county truck.
Nope.
A weird county truck, and they're like, why do they have liquor bottles chasing? So
Well, you guys are the only ones using your real
Oh.
names, so up to you.
No, after we get the information, we got it, so we didn't do it to we didn't look too conspicuous, but I think just drive our way to a meeting point where all of us meet up. I mean, at this
Shouldn't you
point-
return the county truck first, now that we no longer need it?
fair enough.
It's a
At least-
souvenir.
Traceable. Very traceable.
No.
Nice anonymous rental.
You have
But
to take
nobody
souvenirs
questions
from
the
it.
freezer truck.
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
I'm here to make a delivery. What does your truck say?
County morgue.
I'm here to pick you up.
It's better than make a delivery. It makes more sense.
We're making a delivery of 30 frozen pizzas.
Don't worry about the
But they're
truck.
still frozen.
It's
No.
a hand-me-down.
Yeah, we got it at a police
Auction.
So
Sweet
I don't know what to make of this. Is it like, clones, via insect, or is it, what we think it is? Or
So my thing that threw me for the loop was it's the twin in the jail where I was
Uh-huh.
like, oh, well, see, the thing that really, it's okay. 'cause
but is there a
from-
twin still in the jail?
That's what I was just like, okay, is the guy who's in the jail ate something, passed it, that thing grew to be,
The only reason we're thinking it's food vector is because of the conspiracy theorist, who
Yeah.
maybe knows something after all. So I don't know.
but it all ties back to that same farm. Like,
Mhm.
if the guy was arrested for Grand Theft Auto like 2 days ago while he was working on the farm and he stole a vehicle to get out of there.
Maybe he had a reason to steal a vehicle to get out of there.
Exactly, and that's why that would make sense for the timeline. But if he was already in jail while this happened, then it's just a whole nother deal of like, oh, okay, well now is our circulation of it going through like the jail system?
Yep.
So what my theory is the juvenile that was in the arm of this corpse thing is, what if the pupal stage of this insect is a human body, or it makes a cocoon human body or copy of something or other, and since there's a hole on the hand, that's how it breathes or replicates. So the entire body is nothing but a cocoon to feed it.
It's a mimic. Okay, yeah. No, I
Could
think I
be.
understand what you're saying. Like,
But the other thing is, I don't feel like you actually, unless you took the bug apart, I don't know that you checked to make sure it was all the way dead.
Well, it's a bit dead now. The thing's on fire.
We don't know that.
Well,
wasn't the bug dissected?
yes, I dissected it first. Thank you.
And nothing was moving. Okay.
No.
But still, it's a green box. There's no guarantee Simple Fire would do it in, or they wouldn't have stored it.
Yeah, well, that's for the other cell to figure out the mess. We're on another mission.
This is fair.
It's not like it all ties in. But
Fine. It's just
Yeah.
normal.
yeah, this is another day.
So
at
the
office.
conspiracy theory guy was the safe option. Who knew?
Well, yeah. Now I'm wondering, am I as I don't know how our timelines are, but conspiracy theorist guy leaves and immediately bombs the grain box.
No. He's not
No.
capable. He's not that organized.
Yeah, no way.
As far as you know,
Um,
so
No, he's not that organized. You can tell.
He was rude. I didn't.
Oh,
like
yes.
him.
Well, that's because there's definitely some delusional thinking going on there. There's something not great with him.
All right, so the handler wants
so-
us to eliminate these things.
Which one of us is the medical doctor? Because I thought at least one was, if not two.
I'm not medical. I'm biological. I'm
Oh crap! I did the points I did. That's for first aid though. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought. Well, you know what? It was probably the fellow that didn't make it.
Yeah, that
I
was.
think it was.
Yep.
So, yeah, no, it's okay.
Awesome.
But
That would have
no,
made more sense. Okay, moving on.
Time to go to the veterinary. Pay him $20 and be like, "We need your professional opinion."
But yeah, so on your way back, you're pulling into the hotel to meet up with everybody where all of your phones light up with a particular secured
burner
number call.
phones. Uh-huh.
Yeah, so this is immediately from your handler asking for updates because they received essentially a destroy notice from the green box that you had frequented.
I take a picture with my cell phone of the burning wreckage and send it saying "Diss you."
So this is well.
I think the answer is no.
No. Get on conference now.
All right.
Hello.
But yeah, so you're
we're all in one room now, and we're all on a conference call.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
Okay.
So I'll say this is afterwards.
This is where we're
but-
gonna get our ass reamed for messing up.
Yeah,
I don't know about this week, Kemosabi.
We're
but
a team.
immediately said, "What the hell happened?"
Told you to call them.
Hey, we did everything what you guys said. We brought the specimen to the green box. We properly disposed it like you guys asked. We took only the guns we had access to, and we left. And then as soon as we left, boom, the whole goddamn green box goes up, and we see some son of a bitch on a motorcycle wearing all leather driving away. We managed to get his license plate, but unfortunately, we're still in the goddamn refrigerated unit truck.
So, were you able to pull any information from there or give chase?
Like I said, we got the license plate.
That's it.
And here it is. Give it
So-
to them.
Nope,
Yeah,
I keep it.
One sec.
Yeah.
1 second. This is
Because they're
Oh,
more
what-
able to run it than we are.
Was the figure male or female?
Uh-huh.
so. I will say luck check on. That's also going to be for Kenneth alone.
Sure.
Woo!
Go, Ken, go.
One.
Definitely look more like a male-ish figure from what you're seeing, but again, that could be just very heavy leathers that they were weathering. So, but as far as you can tell,
is it a critical success if it's a one?
Now, luck checks don't have crits.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Lux are, even odd or high or
yeah,
low.
even odd. So yeah,
Fair
so
enough.
so in this case, you it's like you got the male figure on that too. But I will give you one other thing, that it's a bit odd right now when they were turning a corner, but the visors seem to have kind of a reddish tinge to it too, and not that you don't usually see on certain some of the motorcycle bike helmets. They do exist, but it just didn't look right to you for some reason.
Like there was
crap.
illumination from underneath it.
Maybe they couldn't
look
tell
like-
really. So
If in myself, they look like an insect lens kind of thing, where it has that kind of sheen.
So you think so, maybe, but it's kind of hard to tell. But
Pod people.
in any case, it's like the handler comes back. It's like, I need you to confirm that this is the license plate that the license plate that you captured.
I swear, Dr. Carter's life on it.
Oh, thanks, buddy. Give me back that whiskey.
The situation has just gotten more severe. We currently do not have the resources to be able to expedite expedite a team to you that would be able to handle this particular situation. But we may be looking at a combative situation. So,
Great.
that being said, you
Do we
That's
have
like-
some friendlies and local law enforcement we could call in?
no. So
Would you like
because-
some?
Are you still looking to keep this contained? Like, can we
At-
declare quarantine, or are we still trying to keep this as under wraps as possible?
No, because quarantine at any given point would possibly preclude our quarry at this point from may tip them off and make them aware of what's going on. As much as I hate to say this might actually be a good thing if it draws off heat from us. But that means that we need to get to the bottom of this, confirm what is happening at Zect, and then it's like vacate the premises immediately.
Have we mentioned Zect to our handler?
So if you haven't, I will presume you have. So I can take that back if you haven't. So
I
just wanted to make sure that there wasn't on the assumption that we had, because I didn't remember doing that.
I will leave that
Not
up to
that
you.
there's anything wrong with having done it, but yeah, okay. Just if he had that information and hadn't given it to us yet, I was going to be irritated.
I remember before we even took the break, I was like, I'd contact the handler about everything.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Do you have any potential entry points into this industrial farm?
Well, I mean, right now I'm trying to find out what they're doing, if it's permitted at all. Otherwise, we could possibly go in as state inspectors.
We could.
Federal inspectors, actually.
Or federal. It depends on what it is.
If we're trying to keep this off the books, they also hire people under the table. So no names. No.
That would be under
Well,
I mean, they do these, if they're doing the taste test thing, as conspiracy guy said,
yeah,
should be able to just wander in.
Yeah, shouldn't be really too much. It's more of keeping the guns and stuff.
Yeah. And by the way, we're not pretending to be anybody's pretending to be ICE here today, so nope.
No,
wasn't. Yeah.
No,
no
I
one
didn't
suggested
say
that.
I was going to say labor board, but that sort of thing, because if they're paying people under the table.
No. That's why I was going for the industrial aspect. Is it radiation safety? Is it chemical safety? Is it, food handling? Something is regulated by the state.
But yeah, you need to get in there in the next day, if possible. Confirm.
Well, it's government owned, right? We should have no problem just walking in because government.
No, it's not.
No, it's a private. It is privatized.
It's privatized.
My apologies. I must have wrote
Actually,
way different.
Can our handler give us any background on UK aerospace company named whatever it was? Oh, Severed Aerospace. There it is.
So everybody else can make
everybody
else here can make an awareness check.
Yeah. Okay.
Alertness.
Everyone else, or also me?
Everybody can here can make an awareness check.
Rather human.
I will say if you have a higher score, you can roll that as well.
Let's see. 80.
They are the same, so it's
Could it
moot.
be? Damn it. Sorry.
59 out of 60.
Oh, one person got it.
Yeah. I almost had it. My human's at 80, and I rolled 83.
Okay. Yeah, just right about that. Yeah, so Carl, you're the only one to notice that when Severance mentioned, the handler becomes very quiet again. Not stating anything, but just stating, yep. That is
I will make a hand gesture to everyone else that's like, terror.
That is an entity that is no longer involved, as far as we know. So that will be. So
based on the very thin info that we've gotten from a conspiracy guy, which seems to be solid at this point when you're having that reaction, they are the originating company behind the Zect thing, which theoretically stands for Zero Eating Calorie Transfer.
So
out of character, I don't think my guy would be smart enough or strategic enough to think of this, but he would mention that he did do a ransomware attack on their website.
That's a good point.
In terms of having an in, if you set it up as, we're the counter espionage group for the FBI to help out with cyber crimes. We're sending a team in to help you out with this because this has been some sect that has been raising money for ISIS or something like that.
There you go.
That's a good end. So, but your handler says nope. If that is an option, that's fine. But this needs to be taken care of within the next day. We need confirmation as we gather a potential squad cleaning squad, and if you are to if you are not to take any particular aggressive action unless it is an absolute self-defense.
Yep.
Also, I need to make this clear. This motorcycle rider is to be avoided at all cost. You are not to engage. If you see them, you are to report it back.
No.
And then to go, and then to evacuate the area as quickly as possible. Do you understand?
Yes.
We won't use.
You're
a
saying that
restricted cut.
you've authorized us to rent sports car, so we can get away from motorcycle. Got it.
I'm not taking any more of this crap. You do this, or else I burn your entire career, and you can die writing blogs for the rest of your life.
I think that's not going to happen anyway. But look, seriously, we need to be able to get away from it. We got to get rid of the morgue truck. We need faster transport. I mean, Kenneth is actually a pretty good driver. We should be set. But we have to have something we can evade a cycle in, because damn.
Yeah. So, but right now, but you actually do
funds
have,
and we'll get the job done.
Yeah, but you have rental cars and anything else out here, so you're fine. So, and unfortunately, they're not going to they're not going to cost they're not going to give you the cost of a Lambo. So, unfortunately,
no,
that is not on the requisition. So,
well, I guess sporty SUV is as good as we get.
So, but that being said, you need to go ahead. You have orders. You need to figure out a way in. Confirm if this. Confirm if this is now related to the case information you've been given. So,
understood.
Determine imminent threat, and then essentially make an opening for the cleaning team if they have to come in.
Understood. I do have a side question. Was there anything in that green box that would not have been destroyed by the explosion that needs to be held or contained or whatever?
That's not your concern.
Well, I just hope you're thinking about that.
Click.
Way to piss him off. Thanks a lot.
We were doing good until you said that.
Oh, no, we weren't. No, we weren't.
Now we're not going to get a Christmas bonus.
He's
I was
too scared to
counting on
get
it.
a Christmas bonus. Did you
Your
not hear
Delta
the pause
Green
after
Christmas
I mentioned?
bonus is living.
I was going to build a pool.
I mean, did you not hear the pause after I said Severed Aerospace? It went just real scary quiet.
Yeah.
That was panic quiet on someone at that level. It's not great. It's not great.
So,
I'm all for complying with the whole don't go anywhere near the motorcycle rider. Good with that. Good plan.
Oh, no. It's
So-
totally not
Perhaps-
Nylamotep from God's
Yeah.
Teeth at all.
Yeah.
Sicko
No.
era.
I'm sure it isn't. Perhaps we should get some, I don't know, caltrops to drop out the back, just in case.
Yeah. No. Do you want to just skip the park and go straight to aerospace? We can go in as an inspection team.
There is no aerospace. They're just stacked, which is
It's
the
just
park.
Yeah, Severn Aerospace no longer exists. It dissolved in the early '90s, but it seems
Possibly
to be
literally.
But this company Zect has seems to have connections to them, at least from their origin.
Yeah, but they have an address, a physical address, don't they?
Right.
Severn? No.
No. Okay.
Zek does.
Zek,
Zek-
I mean. Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so
Yes.
again, so I was going through while we were driving around, I was going through the databases and local county stuff and state stuff. Is there anything permitted there for Zek that would give us an in or give us an idea of what's supposed to be there?
Okay. If you would like to give a bureaucracy roll for that research.
No, I would like to use journalism.
What is your score in journalism?
60.
60. I will allow that at a -10.
Okay. That's way better than 10%.
And I apologize. What is human again? Like, it has to do with
Human intelligence, knowing
Human
if someone's
intelligence,
lying
so-
or freaking out or whatever.
Empathy, personality. It's like empathetic or kinesics, essentially, if you're thinking about it. So
Crit fail.
yes.
Databases do not exist. Oh well.
they make corn. They make their zone for corn and everything related to corn.
They in fact own it.
They do.
Oh, damn.
Mhm.
Them.
Right.
King Corn.
Oh, kidoki artichoke. So, do they actually have an actual plot of land for test ground, or are they using the park?
No, they actually do have an industrial park. No, yeah, they
Is
they're
it the
not
park
they're
where the
not-
homeless folk are gathered, but the farm is somewhat separate?
Yes, they actually have a separate farm that is located about where this is. So for the state park itself, it is about 30 miles east of where that's like the park is itself. So within range, but it is its own industrial area that is about approximately 1,500 acres.
How do they get
Industrial or farm?
An industrial farm. So,
Industrial
get
farm.
the
They grow
water?
machines?
well,
Yes, that too. how do they get to the water? Is it pumped in or is it groundwater?
This one is pumped in through the local aqueduct system.
Okay.
Great.
But I will say that just if general information that you got since you had access to the website, one of the things they note is a special filtration system that they pass everything through to be able to get the most out of out of the fruits and vegetables that they grow there.
Well,
Filtration system that they pass the water coming in through.
yeah.
Okay.
Well,
What about the
farmers don't make
wastewater going out? We might be able to find something from that.
Nothing, no information that it says on that website. That would have to be.
I know that, but
so that would be either a further bureaucracy check or something else.
That'd be squelching around, getting a sample, and running a biochem check.
Yeah.
Are they in the process of getting a patent for that pump?
Good question, because that would be public.
Yep. In this case,
For the pump or for their process, whatever. What else can we find about Zek? And have they responded about the ransomware?
So, let's go ahead and tier that here for a second. So
I already rolled a bureaucracy roll for myself and I failed.
Yeah, so
yeah, I failed too.
Okay, so we'll go one person at a time right now, roll that, and then see what we do. So first off, Dr. Carter, what are you doing?
I was trying to get bureaucracy because if they have water going in and they have water going out, I could, and they don't. I was trying to choose to see if they were registered federally, because if they have an industrial test farm and they're growing new varieties of vegetables, and that's my forte, or vegetables or fruit, and I couldn't find anything because I rolled a 97.
Okay, so yeah, you know nothing about that. So there might be some, and honestly, it might just be hidden under a lot of red tape right now that they've managed to obfuscate.
Or your Z key stuck and you didn't notice.
Yeah. All right.
You search for ACT.
All right. So that's where you're able to search right now. Carl, what are you searching for?
I mean, I blew the search already, so.
So you did get it. So all right. So you can't do that on there. All right.
No, the 99's pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that doesn't pass.
So all right, didn't see that there. So all right. So yeah. Nope. You know anything else? So Kenneth.
I was rolled a bureaucracy roll and I got 86.
86.
Just trying to find out more about Zek Farms, just from the FBI or anything.
All right. So yeah, as far as you can tell, the overall, it just seems to be a new company right now. The only thing I will give you off of that, even though not off a complete failure, is that it has been put on investigation twice through OSHA for what they consider to be unsafe practices, but they unfortunately don't have access to those specific reports. So, but
you posted. When you issue a letter like that to someone, that gets posted publicly. It's FOIable.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, we can take a look at it here a second. Both of those that's like most of those are nothing really major too. It just seems to be an issue with safety regarding some of the field equipment that they were using. So, and the fact that they needed to be able to to be able to take some of that equipment in for repairs, which you notice that apparently whoever is running those particular operations at Zect was very hesitant to do, and they were fined a couple times. But that's the only thing that you're seeing.
Huh.
Okay.
So, all right. And Lazaro, what are you looking at?
Imagine I'm sitting there dismantling my pistol and putting it back together, although there's a good chance I forget the firing pin. And then I'll wait and see what's going on with the ransomware attack, and I guess I'll do a bureaucracy check to see what I can find out about Zek.
Okay. Go ahead and do that.
See what I get. 53 out of, I think it's 50, so probably.
53. Okay.
Out of 50. Nope.
Yeah, so a lot of the information you're seeing is very similar to that. But I will say that because of, you waiting a couple of hours trying to figure out your plan, you do get a response back from a head that appears to be the head of information technology. So for Zect, I will go ahead and let you name this person.
Dwight Franklin.
Dwight Franklin. Okay. Dwight Franklin, BS, information technology. So you mentioned you saying, we are having some issues getting a hold of our hosting company that maintains this particular website, and I can't tell you how much this means that somebody else is taking an interest into this. Since we cannot unlock everything, can I possibly set up a meeting with you online to be able to discuss some of our options and see if we can get this fixed?
I turned to Carl with a look of like desperate. Can you help me? Because I don't know how to talk to people.
So you did actually lock their server up and whatnot?
So I imagined what I was imagining is I locked up their information and then separately reached out as a representative of the U.S. government working in cybersecurity, saying,
"Got it. Okay,
hey,
so this is responding to which
team.
one?"
So this is pretending to be the team with the government, saying like we can come in and assist you on this. We've been going after these guys.
Okay, that's correct, Aaron. That they're thinking they're contacting the feds that are helping investigate this.
Yes. So yeah, they think that they are looking at a federal, basically a federal cyber crimes branch.
We'll need access to their systems, and we'll need to interview with people there and see if it's an inside job. Just set up an appointment. We could make it tomorrow if you like.
Okay. Well, the message that you've gotten through, Lazaro, is that this person, Franklin, is only interested in doing an online visit to basically set this up. So unless you just wanted to just talk through there and hope that you might be able to hack their systems from the inside there, you're going to have to figure out a way to convince them to do an on-site inspection.
I mean, there's very little, quote unquote, there's very little we can do to diagnose this unless we actually are able to access your machines.
Excuse me.
Okay. So that being said, you could do either a persuade. I would like to do also a computer scientist role if you want to make an excuse for that, or you can rely on the persuade of someone else.
Do you want me to go ahead and throw some crap at them through the online?
Yeah, why don't you do a persuade, and I will be feeding you, words and information to you.
I'll draft it. You'll tweak it. We'll send it.
Okay.
I'll draft it poorly. You'll tweak it. We'll still send it. 75 out of 70.
Oh no.
It's fine.
So you get a response back from Franklin. Again, we absolutely are very happy that you are offering this help to us too, especially since I don't know if you know, but corporate espionage in the fruit world is still pretty strong, especially if you're dealing with new strain variants of some really good citrus fruits that we're bringing up. But I can't see that I could pass through it like a full investigations team coming in here unless right now. So, if we want to talk about this, and I might be able to pass this over in the next week or two once we're getting this website.
Well, actually, knowing a little bit more about what you're actually doing. So you said they're new fruit strains. How are you going about that? Is there a filing with the USDA?
I'm going to be honest. I don't really know all that much. Other than just like you say, the basics right now, you'd have to talk to somebody up higher. And
is it genetic manipulation? Is it radiation exposure? What you doing? Surely there'd be a radiation area if they were using accelerators to bombard seeds, which is the traditional method.
Yeah. Go ahead and make a human roll.
Okay. Typing all the digits. Yes, 25 out of 60.
You really have gotten... this guy's not hiding anything else. He is literally the IT director of a fruit... of an industrial farming corporation. So
why does he think it's so hard to let feds online? I mean, that's weird.
So,
Carl...
you're asking to get on site to go through their stuff, so that's the problem. And with the questions you're asking him about this fruit, he knows that you produce fruit. He might have the basic information, but he's not going to be able to give you specific answers about anything.
Now, I imagine if I have their information locked up. So again, this is out of character. Don't think my guy would think of this, but I'll give it to Carl.
Yeah.
In order to press them to get us on site, we might have to up the stakes. Mm-hmm. Since I probably have access to all their information, if from their server, I have it locked up.
Yeah, so, I thought the server was a bunch of nothing.
Yeah, but I probably have like an address for this guy, like a home address or things like that.
Oh, there you go. Now we do anyway.
If you step it up to physical threats, then he might be more willing to have the FBI come in.
Okay, no, that is. I will actually say that you don't have to do anything on your side to basically create that particular threat. I will say that either Carl or Dr. Carter or Kenneth right now, if you want to collaborate on a particular threat that you send that through for the role, you can do that.
Done and done.
We could
Yep.
Okay.
we could
All
just
right.
swat his house.
Yeah, can we swat him?
Actually, we could just go to his house.
Oh my god, yeah, we can.
Let's just go to his house. He'll come home. We'll grab his ID. We'll go to the place. It'll be fine.
Throw him in the van.
Yep.
So you want to go with
No,
the
we don't
kidnapping
want to do
routine?
that. We
No.
do not want to do that. We want to stay quiet.
This is your decision, so you're
I think it'll
game,
be-
but-
I think it'll be easier just to let's do a drive by on the farm and the facility and see how hard they are for like people wanting to go look.
Well,
If
yeah,
they're
it's once again they hire people under the table to help out with the farm.
Exactly. It should not be very hard to get in there.
So we don't need to beat the hell out of the IT director.
Okay.
Oh, no beatings, just duct tape.
Oh,
All right. So in this case, you're wanting to do a drive by to see if there's a point of entry you can get into without dealing with the bureaucracy.
I mean,
yeah.
in order to like get them more on our side or to bring us in willingly, we could just. He said that there's a lot of corporate espionage. Basically, build up that one of their competitors is working with like a cartel or something.
There you go.
Cole
looking
is
to
really out
find-
for them.
Yep.
Yeah, who's just trying to shut them down, and so they need physical security on site from the feds to bring
Okay.
us in to review.
All right.
al-
So
We
here
could
is
also
where.
say that the competition is seeding their test subjects with corporate spies or something because they're trying to steal test samples that way. Therefore, they'll stop accepting people.
Which may
Okay.
stop the spread for the moment. That's not a terrible
Yeah.
idea.
Okay. So here is the thing. So I would say if you want to do that route, that's going to be a two-pronged attack. One, Lazaro, you can make another computer. It's like science check, but at a +20 because you already have had a critical success access. So this is just to see how well you can make up this evidence of corporate espionage. If you do that, then that will allow somebody else, either Carl or Kenneth, to make a case for this. Which actually, I forgot. Kenneth, what is your law? How much do you have in law?
My law score is I believe stalling for time 30.
30.
Which
Okay.
is 30 higher than mine.
All right.
I've got 40, so
All right.
Actually, that
So
might be helpful. So
okay.
yeah,
So
I'll
actually,
make the computer science roll first.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that this
31.
one Kenneth can make because of law that you could basically if this happens, then you will be able to make a persuade check basically about this, saying that you're with the FBI, you are doing investigation.
Seen
into
this
corporate
hundreds of
espionage.
times.
Yeah.
Yep.
So all right, so go ahead and make your roll, Lazaro.
he did.
31 out of 80.
31 at 8. Okay, didn't see it. So all right, excellent. So you have the evidence. So sell it, Kenneth.
Hello, you may not know me, but I'm Kenneth Burchard with the FBI. We have noticed some actually cyber activity.
Do we have voice contact with him, or is this all over IM or email?
I imagine it could be a
This is
multi-pronged
being done
approach.
this is over a chat program. So
That's
Zoom,
what I thought.
Skype,
Okay.
whichever one you want. So yeah.
Yep. We've seen this hundreds of times recently with Del Monte and their new line of peach cups that were released with Moby balls inside of them. Was actually being downloaded, and some of their secrets for that new recipe was being sold to Dole as of 2019. But fortunately, we caught on early that there was a security breach and leak, and in no time we were able to apprehend the suspect and actually obtain his hard drive and everything he stole. Send.
Okay. All right, so we're discussing that too. So go ahead and make your roll.
All
And
right.
it's a persuasion roll. So
70. I need to. 46. I make it.
Yay!
yeah, you see, it's like you see Franklin's face whiten ever so slightly. Blood's draining away from his face. Like, I can't have my job compromised by this. So, yeah,
You're not the first, and you won't be the last.
look, I wouldn't ask this if this were more of an issue. But I really don't want to get fired, but I don't want to get this out. So, is there? Do you need like an official time frame to come right now, or can you just come out at any time?
Well, we can come to you. Also, we got to make sure that you give us all of admin control.
Well, like
We need to
can
wipe your system. Make sure there's not any
wipe.
not wipe, comb through it, if you will. We just need to make sure that no one left any kind of tracers, any kind of bug, like a new one we were picking up where they plays the theme song to SpongeBob SquarePants for 3 hours out loud in any kind of facility. This is the kind of stuff that they leave.
And they leave a back door so they can get in, whatever.
And do it again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you can meet me out at our main offices too, so on the at the farm, I will go ahead and see about giving you access.
Also, by the way, don't tell too many people. 60% of the time, it's an inside job. Hush, hush.
Oh Jesus! So okay, yeah. So he gives you the address of the farm itself, as well as information for essentially a scanned keycard access that you can put on your cell phone. So you can scan that and it will get you through the front gate. But this is only a 24-hour pass, so you need to get in and out. Here's where I will meet you to get you in. So
when does he want us there?
As soon as
Immediately?
possible. So yeah, as soon as possible.
Hey, Lazaro, since you have access to their database, do you have control of their environmentals?
He doesn't have access to their database, which I thought we found out.
So
He got
well,
their website.
Just their website. Yeah, I'm
Well,
not controlling
well,
the farm.
well,
But
here's
it's the implications that matter.
Yep.
Yeah. So, and he is the IT director, so he actually has access to more info. Basically, he's the maintaining the infrastructure. So, but yeah.
Oh, not the
Admin
environmental.
control.
Okay.
I mean, once we're there, who knows what we get?
Well, if we can shut down the water or do something like that, we can. That'll shut the farm down completely because it's.
We
They
need
need
to
all
figure
the
out
water.
what's going on before we do that to them.
It's not that hard.
Uh-huh.
We
Sure.
pull a hitman, we beat up the IT guy, put on his clothes, pretend to be him.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
No.
Put on the clothes of different people climbing up the rank.
No,
Yeah.
that's unknown armies.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Never
Yeah.
mind.
Anyway, so but yeah, if you are willing to go out now, so he is willing to meet you. So because he wants to keep his job.
Works for me.
All right. So-
Right before we go, I'm going to get some lovely packaged food out of a vending machine that's no doubt very old and thus safe.
Hmm Yeah.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
of course it is.
I'm
Corn chip dinner. Yum.
making
the
sure
same.
guns all ready to go. Making sure everybody's all everyone have their guns ready and thumbs up. Everyone
I
thumbs up
checked
back.
that I know where the safety is and how it's supposed to work and how to reload it
All right,
in the
yeah.
bag of shot. Yep.
Everyone
How
load their
many-
clips.
Yeah.
Okay.
How many clips do we have for our 45s, by the way?
So for that, so you have enough for 2 reloads.
Okay.
Can I have an extra reload for the gun I brought with me?
That'll be a luck
Do
check
you want
see
to
if you have that,
use
so
the gun that you brought with you? Because it could be traced to you.
that's another good point.
Never mind. You know what?
Not so. It's a backup. If you got to use it, you got to use
Yeah.
it. But
Yeah. So you have
if you're using it with
so
a reload, you're really sunk already.
that's at least the nice thing about green boxes. A lot of serial files are not there. So
Mhm.
Can
All right,
we?
fair enough.
I want to buy a couple flares, or you can just get them at Walmart, mind you, because they can set off a sprinkler system real fast.
Yep.
yeah,
Ooh.
that's fine. So you can have that as well.
Yeah. What was it? The other thing I mentioned at hardware store available.
Machetes. We wanted
Yes.
machetes.
Yeah. If we're going to the farm, we have to do something to the trees. We maybe chainsaw too.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
wait, no. How about something more tactical? We can get some Roundup.
yeah.
We don't
get
know
Roundup.
that will work on alien physiology if that's what
Well,
this is.
we're gonna find out.
That's fair.
Get the liquor bottles. We I'm guessing the other night we prepared a couple Molotov cocktails just for an
This
occasion.
is the other night. This is like that evening.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're going out there at what, midnight, 1 a.m.?
It is about midnight right now. Yes.
Yep, thought so.
Great.
Which is good because that means there shouldn't be anyone else there.
We're not killing this guy, right?
Not that I know of. He seems
I
to be a
didn't think that
nebbish.
was the plan.
At least he's got a hole in his palm.
Well, I know. I just if we're not getting traced back to us.
If he's a guy, he's fine. If he's not so much, then he's not so much.
All right.
I like how your whole just kill him. This should be fun. Oh,
Not fun. Fine. If it's not a human, it's not a human.
Yeah. Okie dokie, folks.
But this guy seems like a human that's just in over his head, so that's perfect.
Now, Kenneth, you want to take point on this one?
Sure.
Yeah.
Very good.
Okay. All right. So you have all the other equipment. I will also mention to you as well, though, that you are just coming in as essentially investigators. So you might want to think about what you're pulling in here with as well, or what you actually have on you. But yeah, you drive up. It's about, again, about, like I said, about 15 or miles or outside of where the state park is. And on the edge of it, yeah, it looks like just a large industrial farm. You see rows of corn and everything else. It's actually pretty well lit along those pathways. As you can see that it honestly looks like they have automated waterers and some other tillers that have been going through every. It's like some of these different rows. That's like pretty advanced.
Automated, you say? Huh.
A lot of that automated.
I wonder if they're on a local network.
Admin control.
So, well, possibly that. But you do see the entryway. That's like there does not seem to be nightly. There's a guard station, but it doesn't seem to be posted. So
weird.
But you do see. That's like that. There are cameras around the gate as well as the scan-in.
So that's what the LED flashlights are for blinding those as we go in?
Or we could have Lazaro head to the guard station and immediately deactivate the cameras while we keep the other guy distracted.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, are we going in under his...
We are.
Because he invited us?
Well,
yeah, but we also...
he is
not
we
at
the front.
We have tinted windows. We don't need to mess with the cameras. It's fine.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I mean, once I'm in there and like working on their system, I imagine I can delete anything we need to.
Fair.
Okay. All right.
Good point.
So yeah, but yeah, you can. That's like you. Yeah, it's gonna be much harder to try to get out to not be seen by the camera. But if you put a hand out from there, it's probably not gonna be there. So, but yeah, you can scan it. You go on through. It's about a mile. It's like drive up to the main complex, which looks like a very large
Gothic castle.
Like weird,
no,
not quite. So, no, it actually looks like a odd mixture between what you would see as a corporate office, but also as what looks like just a barn shop or processing. There's a large area, and you can see where they have different parts for the tractors, tillers, processors, everything else that they would have out there. Dr. Carter, you can either make an awareness or a biology check as you are driving by.
Are they doing genetically modifications on fruit trees or corn?
So everything you see right now is corn, but that's in front of you. But you also see that on a local map that they had at the front of it at the guard station that there are groves that are situated past this part.
Ah, shit. All right, guys. So if they're doing genetic modification on corn, it's cross-pollinated into the trees. Great.
Well, damn it.
Is it? That doesn't make...
Yeah. It happened before in history where genetically modified GMO corn cross-pollinated into a neighboring field of corn in real life, actually.
Oh, yeah.
The
not
company got
from
in trouble
corn
for that.
to fruit trees. I mean, that's...
Yeah, well, yeah, but we're talking Delta Green here, so
that's
yeah.
Fair.
And I swear I'm not going with everything's on the cob, so...
I got a 9.
Right.
What was I doing?
All right, 9.
Alertness?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely. So, the one thing that you notice as you're driving by is when you look at the corn itself, it was hard to tell just because you're driving in the middle of the night. But most of these areas are fairly well lit, with different paths.
Yeah.
Most of this looks like this is dying,
The
and
corn?
not to the in the term that it's out of season or the plants are going into a recessive state. Or a dormant state. It's just like they look nutrient starved. Even though, as you can tell, you can look down the ground, they're planted. It looks like, there's been fertilizer laid down. it looks like everything is just being pulled from these. And
And
so
this is the corn you're talking about, not fruit trees.
that is correct. So
Okay.
what you're driving past.
I
right,
would hate to think that
yeah.
each corn stalk has a little friend underneath it.
Or maybe it's all being pulled to the fruit trees where originally
Yeah,
they were making the claims.
Or
I'm
via the
going with
fruit
that
trees.
phrase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were using the corn as a supplemental for the fruit trees, and now it's drying up, so they need another food source.
Oh, great.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
About that. But yeah, you pull up to the main, it's like parking area, guest parking area. This is in the front, and you see that Dwight is out there, nervously pacing back and forth, and was just kind of waving you over.
Does he look particularly dried out or emaciated?
As far as you can tell, no, he looks like he moisturizes. So he's
Very good. Excellent.
So-
Just checking.
Wow, you
no,
look
he-
very
he
moisturized.
He looks healthy as far as you can tell. So
Okay.
there's not a lot of anything else. And if your other question, probably you see that he has rolled up sleeves and nothing seems to be off. So
Okay. No extra holes, no insect wings, etc.
A pleasant surprise, no doubt.
It is.
So I whispered to the other team before I go up to him, guys, this corn shouldn't be here anyway because California does not produce corn. They are known for fruit trees. Iowa does corn, not these guys. And whoever's growing the corn is doing a shitty job of it because it's dying on the vine or on the stalk, so to speak.
Or it's for something we don't understand yet.
Yeah, I'm getting to that. That's what I'm afraid of.
Actually,
we need
Dwight,
to-
that's a very good question. What's with the corn?
Yeah.
okay. That was some sort of transplant project that they were working on that I was told about too. I thought it was weird out here because the
Transplanting
everything else.
what?
From where?
Okay, IT guy, can you lead me to the
That's
main admin room and let's get this started. We
Yep.
need to have full control now.
Okay, so yeah, as long as we can get that I can show you where our servers are. With her, and by the way, I'm going to do this as ask permission later and kind of beg forgiveness because I really hope that they don't lose me a job. These guys are
When we leave,
really,
no one's going to even know we were here.
you can say
It's
a little
gonna
more
be
ominously.
fine. It's gonna be fine.
So, but yeah, here it's like I'll lead you back over to our general servers that we're using for the information that we're sending back through. Again, we normally don't have anything connected here, but like you said, if they've gotten into that, then they might have pulled up some other connection information too for some of our secured lines. Hopefully, that's not the case. So, but yeah, he takes you through. Just looks like again fairly modern. Fairly modern office there. You do see that on the company map that there are a couple areas that seem to be more reddish on there, and they actually say it's like testing areas, biodiversity labs, and a couple of things that were just off to the side. So what you would expect right now, basically out of an industrial farm / lab.
So, were there any cars in the parking lot other than the IT guy, or is there a grave shift, like a janitorial?
They're already out, so they usually clean from about the main office staff right now. They usually clean only from about 8 to 10, since it's not that gigantic. But everything else is taken care of through the drone system, which is what I manage as well.
Oh, thank. As I nudge our computer science guy. All right.
This is your field now.
All right, I'll start hopping in.
Yeah, because we want
I'll
to see it.
obliquely make reference every once in a while to be, oh man, whoever the hacker was, he's just the best. Clearly unparalleled.
Well, and we got to see their other systems to make sure that it has, he hasn't been able to hop from one system to another because that's what they usually do.
Yeah, water filtration.
Really?
Like I said, all of our systems are. All those other systems right now, which I don't directly maintain, but that's that's a separate, so that shouldn't be affected at all. Too, like I said, again,
We can tell.
It shouldn't.
I'm more worried about the patent information too, the stuff that would really get me in trouble if that ever went away.
Mm-hmm.
But he opens up the door to like a general server room, directs you over and says, "All right, here's where you can. If you can just pass that information to me, I'll stay here, and then we'll figure out what we need to do." So
Hey,
yeah.
we'll let you know the fruit of our labors, and I nudge him in the ribs.
Okay, but he takes a seat. Like, let's just get this started. He's sticking here. He's needing to see what you're doing because he does not want to be fired.
Yeah, I mean, I will slowly. I mean, I'll sit there and basically undo everything I previously did.
Okay.
And I will tech talk him as much as I can. I'm basically trying to buy you guys time to go off and,
Yeah. So yeah, that's the excuse right now. So I'm going to give you a shot at this too. So go ahead and do computer science to basically go enthrall him in what you're doing.
Oh,
43 out of 60.
All right.
And while he's enthralled, is there a restroom I can use?
Yeah. That's just go out there.
I meander off that way, and then find the relevant offices and do a search.
Okay. So
Well, I was going to text Lazar. Could you?
Lazar.
Oh, I don't know. Lazar, could you set off an alarm or something like that? Or
No.
I mean,
We don't
it's
want
going to
more
be tough with
attention.
him watching over my shoulder.
We don't want more attention right now. This is
No,
our
no,
opportunity to go through other places.
Well, yeah, but going to the bathroom excuse. I was trying to do.
He's hyper focused on the terminal, not me.
Oh.
Well, also Lazaro can just make a bullshit excuse like, "Hey, I'm seeing like on the system is showing like there might be a cloggage on so and so drain out in this area." I'm like, "Okay, I'll go check it out."
Yeah, that's what I was going for. That sort of thing.
Yep.
Like he could just lie, or also we can just tell. Like we could distract the main guy by scaring him with a bunch of bureaucracy. But like, yep. Remember, if you talk about this, you can go to jail for the rest of your life. Ha ha ha. You know.
Yep, that'll work too. Because if they're using an illegal farm that hasn't been cleared by the USDA, that'll do it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So basically, get him to never want to talk about it, and just have him like, just forget what you see.
I don't think he wants to talk about this. He can't admit to anyone that we were here.
Well, he's watching over his shoulder. If he was really worried about it, he wouldn't watch over his shoulder and be like, "Well, I'll make sure that everything's a-okay." He already let in a bunch of strangers. If he did that,
he has not thought this through. Is what's going on. So we need to capitalize on that.
Mm-hmm.
all right. But yeah, you have that. So so he's still distracted at this point. So,
All right, so
Carl,
should I just give you a search roll, or is there something?
Well,
obvious
what are
to go
you
look?
what are you trying to specifically look at? Because you
So
currently
other
have
offices, anyone that seems like they would be in charge, have authority here. Not IT.
All right. So I will say for your journalism roll, if you want to go ahead and roll journalism.
Usually also the same as search.
Yeah. So I'm going to do search as well, but I will allow one of those so that they will give you information.
6
All right.
out of 60.
Right. So for the floors that you have access to without having to have any particular key card access.
Yep. And I make note of what floors we might want to get to, but yes.
Yeah. So those the three areas that you see that actually give you access to those are particularly the VP, like the vice president's office.
Of
So
the whole
that just
company
seems
or
to-
a specific thing.
that is the overall vice president there. It's a
Okay,
pretty
cool.
small company.
Yep.
So that one is more that one's more of a front facing. It's actually on the same floor that the.
I'm also
server-
making a list of names of the higher ups.
Okay. So all right. Yeah. So you can do that. The higher up from here, you can go ahead and name this. What's his vice president's name?
Wallace Gromit.
I knew it.
It's about the cheese.
It's always been about the cheese.
I will allow this once. So
Gromit Wallace?
yeah, Wallace Gromit.
Wensleydale
Anyway.
Gromit. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, where do we
Anyway.
Walnut
the vice
Gromit.
president who shall not be named.
One of the other areas that is currently accessible to seems to be just the general of not only the waiting room but also what looks like to be the one of the simple research labs. Most of these you see it has different seed samples, cuttings. They're what you would consider to be just a general botany lab.
Okay.
is set from there. And you see that
And I do have skill in biochemistry if that's relevant.
Okay, yeah. And what's your level of skill on that?
40.
40. Okay, you can actually just see from looking at this that two things. One, this is set up for front facing, so people literally going through the tour can see, like, hey, we're growing the food of tomorrow now. Right. But also, when you get into it, you realize that most of this stuff is not set to give any kind of fruit bearing. That's any kind of really fruit bearing items. So it's just something
the stuff that they're doing here is not related to what they're really doing.
As far as you can tell, like this is just made to look good. So
it's a show. It's a showcase.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, the other thing that I can find is the secretary may be doing the timekeeping for everyone, which means you'll have a complete employee list, which means I can get a complete employee list and possibly phone numbers from her desk.
So for that, that information would be stored, if you're wanting to look for that, that would be stored on her computer itself. So
depends on how old she is.
So, well, this one, we're in modern days. So I will say go ahead and make a search check at a -10.
Okay.
I believe in you.
No Rolodex for you.
41 out of 60. Yep.
60. Okay. You do not find any employee database. You don't actually physical ones. But luckily enough for you, she is the person who continues to forget her passwords. So
and I find the sticky
that is written on there along with the user ID. So accessing that, you do see that they do have an employee registry.
All right. I grab that.
So go ahead and actually, as you do that, make one more journalism check.
Sure. 20 out of 60.
20 out of 60. Excellent. Yeah, you actually see everybody else here that seems to be along the regular hierarchy too. So the company itself is pretty small. It only has about, for this farm of the size, it only has about 150 people. Most of these people,
not terribly small, but it's not terribly big. Yeah. Okay.
So most of these people right now seem to be just more general staff, workers on what appears to be the public facing farms. But you also do see a couple names here that are a little bit, at least positions that are letting off. One of those seems to be, which you don't know why it's named this, but taste testing / processing. So, and there are there's a list of about 20 or so people that are on this particular list.
I copy that list.
Yeah.
I copy all the lists.
And when you ask for a department that they're specifically located in, referencing back that it's like it actually rolls back to say offsite, but you know that it says offsite, but you can't really identify a department area, just an office that.
All right. So there's the people that work here, which all seems very normal and is dying corn. And there's the people that work somewhere in processing.
Yeah.
And now, and that list of people in processing is the people being processed that were taste testers, or the people in taste test processing?
It just says taste testing / processing.
Well, fine. It is more than we had 5 minutes ago. I'll take it.
Exactly.
Is there anything else there in her email that is revealing at all about anything that's real going on here versus normal day to day?
Not that you could see, other than there is one that's a company-wide email stating that they will be currently doing a sweep for parasites in all of the test labs, so that everybody else needs to be out after 3 a.m. due to spreading. So that's supposed to be going on tonight.
Fantastic. We want to be gone before 3 a.m. or to bring in the big guns before 3 a.m. I don't know which. Do they mention at all what kind of parasite testing or survey?
Nope. So they don't.
Fabulous. All right. Copy that too. Who sent it?
So that was sent over by the by taste testing processing. So they
I
were the
figured.
ones.
And do we have a name of the guy there?
Yes. So the name of that particular gentleman is Alexander Phillips.
Never trust a man with 2 first names.
Alexander Phillips. I won't forget that.
Great. Do I have does it have his home contact info?
No. So you can't
Okay,
see that information right
the
now.
secretary usually would have that. Anyway,
They're a bad secretary, okay?
that's fair. Or they've kept her in the dark. That's fine.
Yeah. Anyway, so
Or-
let's switch
all
back
right,
over to
go
everybody
back
else
to
here.
other folks.
So that's like Kenneth or Dr. Carter. What are you doing?
Well, we're just standing here watching somebody else work on the computer.
I'm
Are
waiting
we-
for a message from Carl, or basically any kind of excuse to go check something out.
Right,
Okay.
that's what I'm waiting. Since he's doing all that research, we're seeing if he found access to a lab or something, that'd be great.
All right.
Okay.
I send you a summary of what I found, which is these labs seem to be for show. And here's what I found, and here's poof, all the people that work here. And taste testing, processing, 3 a.m. Alexander Phillips. Oh my gosh, I don't know what that means. It's
Yeah.
worrisome.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
okay.
then I'm going to go AFK for a few moments.
Okay. All right. But yeah, you do have that information. So, Lazaro, I will actually say that if you want to, you can go ahead and do another. I will say that this is a computer sciences,
I can
or
do that. Is there anywhere you guys specifically want to check out?
Fruit
Well,
trees.
if we can get access to the main lab, not the show lab, that'd be great. Or the
Okay.
orchard.
Then I guess my play would be I would doctor up that it looks like a terminal was used in the main lab to initiate this attack, and send one of them over to go check it out
That works.
and see whose it was, whose work terminal, and follow up on that.
okay. So you're wanting to send out a false flag attack and then
Mhm.
send somebody else out to it.
Yeah, just that there's something suspicious coming from that terminal, so one
Yeah.
of them should go check it out.
Okay. So let's see. And so first off, I would see to do that. I want to see a computer sciences roll for this. Specifically, if you're wanting to target that area.
A critical success.
All right. So, and I assume you're doing this to taste testing processing, correct?
Yeah, whatever the main lab. I mean,
Yeah,
wherever
that-
they wanted me to.
That
send.
lab soap.
Yeah.
All right. You look over at that, and you almost see Dwight starting to hyperventilate just a little bit, like, "Oh no! That's not good. That's not good. That's not good." If they think that we're getting into there, that's shit. Looks right. Crap. Oh, okay, I'm gonna have to go there myself. I have to leave you here, because that's
Dwight, I'm going to need you to sit down.
So sorry. That is that's a cover name that we've given to that's been given to like the main testing labs, like for the actual
Yeah, I'm going to
Crop
just
that we're
stop
running.
you right there. Do you see what this badge says? It says FBI. It means I don't really give a shit. You're going to sit down, and we're going to look at it ourselves because this is an investigation. Thank you, Dwight. Please be cooperative, or we might have to go about this a different way.
All right. Let's see. Go ahead and persuade. See if he's willing to roll along with you.
20 out of 70.
He sits down like, okay. So technically, none of us are allowed in there. It's only like an emergency if that happens.
Technically, we were never here.
I mean, if you open the door without an
Great.
ID and a code, it's going to set off like the entire security system, and then we're
How
going to have a
do
lot
I
of
get
people.
through it, Dwight?
So I need to go with you. It's biometric. So I am gonna. So if you'll follow me, but I got to be there. And like
Now-
I'll let you know. It's basically getting in there to take care of like the office right now. The next entrance I don't have access to. I just got to make sure nobody's trying to open that up. Okay.
Fair enough. But remember, if you get in the way, you might end up in jail forever. That's all.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that. So he gets up, and Kenneth, you're following them. Carter, are you staying with Lazaro, or are you going?
No, I need to hit the main lab. That's what I'm looking for.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So
I
he
message Carl what we're doing.
Yep.
Mhm.
So yep, Carl will be right. We'll bring Carl that. But yeah, so you two are with Dwight. He takes you down. It's to an elevator. That he presses what looks like to be a basement key. It takes you straight down.
Oh. How many
so
stories down? Just one?
well, the main building itself, along with it, only at least going up, looks
Yeah.
like it's about five. It's like 5 or 6 stories, so not too tall. But yeah, you realize that this is going down about 5 or 6 stories down.
Oh. Okay.
This is pretty long. So,
Mhm.
so as it goes down, you hit the bottom. It opens up into what looks like to be what looks like to be almost an atrium-like structure. So that
Yep.
is separated off. There's a big wide dome, but most of this is shuttered pretty heavily. So because from what you can tell, I will actually give this to Reed Carter. It looks like they're almost doing this to control lighting
Mhm.
and different anything else down here as well. So there seems to be just one console in the middle of the room with a bunch of other lab tables around with different readouts and everything else. So Carter also,
Is this a grow house?
I think so. So I
Okay.
don't know why they put all the way down here, but like I said again, this is like the super secret stuff we're not supposed to talk about.
A grow house 5 stories below. Right. Okay. Wonderful.
A lot of things here, Dwight. It seems really odd.
Yeah. Again, I'm trying not to lose my job. Like they pay so well.
Hey,
They pay so
don't
well.
worry. Losing your job might be the least of your worries.
Okay.
All
right. Carter, go ahead.
Using plant pathology or plant genetics, which I got the plant pathology. Do I recognize any of these cultures or no, not what they are? Yeah, of any of the starter plants they have set up.
So 37 too.
Yeah.
Go ahead and take a sand check.
Oh, thanks a lot. All right, keep going. What? These aren't naturally growing plants, obviously.
No, but we'll describe that here in a second. Make your sand check. So.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I was just taking one.
Oh no, yeah. So yeah.
Oh no, I made it. Cool.
All right, you lose one.
Yeah.
Just in the moment, because as you look at each of these particular, I can't really describe it too, because at first off, each of these looks like kudzu.
Yeah.
If that could be described, but as you're looking around the dates, because there's no ambient soil, there is nothing, no nutrients that you could detect each of those. It still seems to be living in some way. And you see that on the date tracks of particular growth or sustainability, this thing seems to be it's like it has been this cutling has been alive for about 150 days. And each of the other ones that you see, which is about 5 other specimens, seem to be in the same same category of time. The last one, which seems to be holding some sort of again, it looks like a peach right now if it were covered with a very thick, that's like almost algae-like skin on the outside.
Yeah, I know. I give Kenneth the look that this has got to go.
So, with that, I will let you know too that each of for the last container that does have that apparently fruit on there, there seems to be a stopper valve at the top of it. So,
I
stopper
messaged
valve for what? Like to drain a liquid or open something up?
Drain liquid or expose it to the air. So it's oddly enough.
Is it possible to message our 2 cohorts and just 2 words, Molotov cocktails?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you can I will say you two, yeah, you look on the phone, but no, your signals, there's no signal down here.
Fiddlesticks.
Figured
Yeah.
as much.
Yeah. But I will say I saw that you wrote on the side that you had mentioned about that. So Carl, you do know where you're at. So but you can so you know where the elevator is. About that time if you need to go.
But he can't get
Okay.
down here because you need biometrics to use it.
That's true, but you can also send somebody else. You could send
But
Dwight
the
back up if you
hacker is
want.
still up here.
That's true.
Worst comes to worst. No,
So
wait.
speaking of which, so he finally left Lazaro like alone in the server room.
Yeah. Yeah, he
Yes.
had to.
Kenneth managed to persuade him through intimidation. So
Oh,
sure.
excellent.
And then I am busy learning about the drama going on between Sheila in HR and Tony in.
So,
So fast forward to the part about aliens and death.
No, this is human drama. It's much more interesting.
yeah.
I understand that, but it won't matter if the
Great
planet
stuff,
knows.
Lazaro.
Yeah, but yeah, so your Dwight is typing in everything else needs to check right now. It's like, oh god,
Dwight, if all goes according to plan, you might come out this a hero.
And not
So,
infected.
Hey, Dwight, could you buzz in our third party member? He needs to come down here, and since you said you'd biometrics to activate the elevator, he's kind of waiting at the top.
So I should bring the drinks.
Yeah.
yeah. So
Oh,
he
also, before you go back on the elevator, can I have your ID, please? Just in case you think of what taking off.
I don't know where to go, but you guys, yeah. So he hands it to you. Going back to the elevator. That's the elevator. He's just kind of moving his hands back.
In the
and forth.
meanwhile, while they've been down there, and I knew that eventually I'd be following them, I went back to the car and got the lovely vodka we bought, the pack of matches, and the shotgun. Just saying.
Okay. Oh, so you're going out there too. So, all right. That being said, so I was like, I'm gonna say, yeah, you're good there. Lazaro, go ahead and make an awareness check.
Uh-oh.
Lazaro's alone in the computer lab.
Fail.
You failed at a 40.
40 out of 20.
40 out of 20. Okay.
I'm not very aware of my surroundings.
By the
Yeah,
way,
yes.
am I anywhere near enough that it would matter still? Because I'm still upstairs as far as I understand it.
So you said you went to the car to go get stuff.
Right.
Okay. So so you're outside for the moment. All right. So yeah, you unfortunately are not seeing the that's like you're too engrossed right now in the whatever else is going on, since you're starting to get you have the connection now.
The Sheila
downstairs.
Tony drama.
Yeah, the Sheila Tony trauma. But you actually see that because of what Dwight did, you're getting access to the information downstairs. So there is a hard line set to it to be able to support information up to what looks like a secured server. So, but yeah, you don't see the little security notice that the perimeter has been tripped.
Okay.
So
Can I download the information from that server or redirect it to another server?
So, no, it appears to be all close. Well, essentially, you can't do it. It can't be connected online too. So basically,
Well,
if you
where
want to, you
is
have to.
the server?
Well, you're in the server room here. So for the main complex. So if you want to, it'd be a computer science check, but you'd have to basically download it into an empty rack and then try to take that out with you. If
Can
you
he
wanted
just
to.
take the whole server?
Do you realize how big of a server it is?
I don't care.
Yeah.
So
Well, I will try to port it or send it to a virtual server or just redirect it or somehow download the information. I've got time while I'm in here, and I don't.
And,
see
and a pile of hard drives, right?
Yep. Yeah, so you have an empty server rack that you could put for that too. So it'll take a while, but go ahead and make a computer sciences roll to see what you get off of it.
All right. 50 out of 60.
All right, so yeah, it's gonna take a bit, but you do that. Going back outside, Carl, you were gathering up your gathering up everything.
The car is inside the fence line, so there shouldn't be any perimeter to trip, unless that's something else they're referring to. Anyway, yeah, I gather up the goods that we need for the actual job that we need to do down there.
All right. Well, yeah, you're taking everything else out. Go ahead and give me an awareness check.
Alrighty then. I prefer alertness. Sorry. I cannot keep them straight.
It's okay. So we know it there. So
38.
38
out of 60. Pass.
All right. Yeah. So as you close down the hood, you're walking a couple steps and realize, yeah, you're hearing a pretty high pitched engine. So that seems
like
to
a
be
drone.
Closer.
No.
Oh, not a drone. No, that sounds more like a motorcycle engine.
Okay then. Are the outside gates closed?
So, as far as you know, they were, but that's about a mile back. So,
all right, I will text Lazaro. We need to go. I don't know where we're going, but I guess I'm going to get the car.
Yeah, we're out of. We have no cell phone down here, so we don't know this.
I know, but you sent up Dwight, right?
I would like to have preparation where I gave everyone Fitbits, and my Fitbit app went up because he had a lot of heart rate going up, and I now know we're in danger.
There you go. They probably wouldn't have signal either.
Yeah, because your cell signal's not getting it underneath there. They're not
Fitbit
getting
is godlike. We don't even know the capabilities of Fitbit.
All right.
So
actually,
on the third hand, I dart back inside before that thing's in visual range, whatever it is. Not that matters. And head to the elevator, which is where I'm expected.
Okay.
Yeah. And I let Lazaro know. Guy on motorcycle heading this way. We gotta go.
All right.
I'm not sure where. Down might be better. I don't know.
Yep. As you run back in there, Lazaro, you actually do see the perimeter trip from the fence. You have access to the security cams, and where you came through, it looks like our the friend on the bike basically just rammed right through it.
Yeah, that's bad.
Interesting. Well, then I am going to do a couple of things quickly. Start cleaning up and disconnecting. I'm also going to change the password and admin information, admin login, and email that to our friend Hank. I like him, so I'm going to help him.
Okay, one more computer science roll to see how much you can get that before you abandon your post.
76 out of 60, not much. He just gets confusing images.
He'll have conspiracy theorist data for years, but it's not going to prove much of anything. So where are you going now?
I guess I'm gonna try to, Carl is my guide. I'm gonna start heading towards him because I don't know what to do. I don't even have a gun on me.
What?
Right.
I dismantled it.
That's great. So anyway, since you're the closest one to hear that, you can actually hear just the screech of shattering glass and the high-pitched hum of a motorcycle engine screeching around as it's obviously going through the main exit, and alarms start blaring everywhere.
Is the motorcycle blew through the glass door and it's in the hallway, or is it in the parking lot?
No, it is now. It's not in the hallway, but it is in the main foyer, the main foyer of the building with the secretary's desk where you entered.
Right, it blew through the lobby. Wonderful. Okay,
yep, it's in the lobby. So,
does that set alarm? Does that set
yeah.
alarms off in the whole building?
Oh yes. So, and as of right now, as you set up, you can see that apparently there were some there were actually security drones that were at least attached to some of the ends that are now starting to come loose. And patrol around the areas.
I unholster my 1911.
Okay.
Wait, so how far away am I from the lobby?
Are the drones inside or outside?
They are inside the hallways on the upper levels.
Skeet.
So before we continue that, the elevator is still open, Carl, since you were getting into that. So, Lazaro,
tell Lazaro to get here now.
Yeah, so it's not that far away too, but Lazaro, can you give me an athletics roll?
Sure. 72. There's no way I have a 72.
right.
30. Nope.
Almost. You had it.
I'm kind of just slowly walking.
Okay, so yeah, you're kind of hung around there.
Whereas my athletics roll is a 9. I grab him and hustle him into the elevator.
Oh wait, no, I'm slowly walking because I was struggling with the server I was trying to drag out until
All right.
eventually I
All
just
right,
put
then.
it in a rolly chair, and
Yep.
now I'm rolling it with a rolly chair towards Carl.
Right. And Carl will go help him.
All right, so that means that as you're turning the corner, because this Lazaro, you're lucky, you're getting the help from there, but Carl, you are in the crosshairs, so you get one of those drones, which you realize appears to have a taser underneath it. So
That's wonderful.
So go ahead, you're gonna go ahead and make a dodge check.
You would like a dodge check? Oh,
I would.
I would too, but that's a crit fail.
No.
So,
Another
yeah.
one.
So it hits you directly in the chest
And heart attack.
Yep. So it's not really. It's not going to cause. Well, how old is Carl?
How old is he? 38 years.
38. Yeah. So you're probably the best of shape too. But yeah, that's going to go ahead and suck. So that literally. For this, it's going to take you out for this round, and you do.
Does it pop the server since I was helping push it?
No, that is
Okay.
actually Lazaro, high or low?
Hi.
Hi. All right. 1 second.
Also, those batteries are not small. How big is this drone that's inside?
So, those are not small too. It's about the size. It's about 4 or 5 feet. So,
Oh my god, that's huge for inside.
yeah. So, but this is a big patrol right now. So, all right. You said hi.
I did.
Yeah. So those those servers are no longer active. So,
But neither am I, so there's that.
but yeah, you're down on the ground, and unfortunately, as that happens, you're on two ends of it. So, Carl, you are unfortunately on the top level. Lazaro, you are now descending into the atrium.
Oh.
What?
We're falling.
All right. So, So going back downstairs for a second, Carter, Dwight is absolutely freaking out too because he doesn't know what's going on in this situation. Whoops. Who did we lose?
No.
All right, we'll go back. Oh no.
That's one way
We'll
to
get back
avoid
in a
it.
second. We'll hold on just for a second. See,
I'm now very confused. So Lazaro is going towards the elevator, which I was in, and I went to help him. And then, how are we at a different level?
So okay, I like that. My thought was there you were at the elevator. He managed to get there just in time, but you pulled him in
Okay,
to do that, and
then I got droned.
yep, you droned. Basically, you transposed positions. So
Oh, okay. So he went down without me.
yes, so and you're upstairs with everything else.
Was it Dwight the one that had to go do that?
So, Dwight's already downstairs. So,
But I thought he had to ride the elevator up to get us.
he has his key card. So,
Okay.
so there you go.
Awesome.
All right, you're back.
Yeah, my internet dropped. Who knew?
Okay, no worries. That always happens. So, all right,
Everyone.
but yeah. So you see that Dwight is freaking out because the alarm systems are going off, and it's like, oh god. It's like,
Dwight, don't you worry. This is typical corporate espionage. Happened with Dole back in the 90s.
Yeah. Okay, since these plants don't live off any substrate of any sort, is there any... you said the drain there was like a plug was to let something out, like water, or what?
It possibly, or to maybe control. That's like it controls its exposure to air. You can't see that it's actually filled with anything, and so
I open it.
you open it.
Sure. We're kind of desperate. The alarm went off. I'm trying to figure because I didn't bring the roundup with me.
Yeah.
No!
You open it up, and it's like it. You actually. Speaking of peaches, when you looked at this thing,
Yeah.
this thing smells like the best peach that you have ever had and you wanted to have in your life. You know,
The
it
nozzle?
just smells. Well, no, the smell that's coming from the container. So
Oh,
that you open this
okay.
up and it just smells so wonderful, and you realize that you have not eaten almost with this entire day. You just feel like you are starving and you
Oh.
need to eat, and this is the best thing that can happen, you know, to you. That's like food is right in your hand. You can do it. You just have to smash it and get it there. So
Can I roll a human roll to like look at Carter and be like, what the fuck? Like,
well, 1 second though, so we'll get to that. So Carter, go ahead and make a sand check.
I got a 7.
7. All right. You can go ahead for this right now. You can you will still lose 1 right now just because of how
Sure.
ravenous you feel. But
Yep.
if you don't want to eat this right now and give into that, you're gonna
Yep.
need to burn up some will.
How much?
So right now, I would say right now, if you take out 1, you can resist. You can go ahead and resist eating it for 1 turn, but it's going to get worse the more that you filled this off, and you're gonna have to make some. And if you make some more sand checks to not just dive into that. That
Can
being
I
said,
close the nozzle?
you know, you can try next turn, so
Very
see
good.
if that helps. But yeah,
Works
we'll
for
go ahead
me.
and do that. So that being said, excuse me, Kenneth, you could go ahead and make your human roll.
all right. 42 out of 80.
42 out of 80. Carter's looking very, very obsessively at this plant too, and it doesn't seem like he's noticing anything around him, which also, in case, is another problem, because as the alarm's going off, you realize that there's a message that's come up on the console that Dwight is using that it's like he has not noticed. It says atrium control. That's like override, initiating. It's like initiating safety procedures, and you see that the covers over this atrium are starting to uncover and show the entire growth dome underneath.
Oh, shit. Dwight, can you override that shit? Someone's hacking.
What? He
Breathe.
looks over.
Time to be a hero, Dwight. Carter?
Oh, sure. Oh, sure.
Put the fucking
I don't know if I
lid.
can. I don't know if I can. This is.
I believe in you, and so does America. You can do it.
And so I don't know. So he starts working on it too. But yeah, they're starting to open up, and yeah, you get a full view of what is now underneath this. Looking down, that one fruit that that Carter was looking at, or now obsessively looking at, it is growing in droves beneath you, as attached to multiple versions of these kudzu vines that seem to be all growing inward to a tree stump that seems to be just completely and utterly it's almost a void. You can't explain it. It looks like it's pulling in on itself and wrapping around in it's like in almost a torus shape that is not natural. So go ahead and take your sand check.
Yeah.
You got it worse off.
94 out of 70 now.
Yep. Go ahead and take 4 on that, because you're seeing a shape that should not exist. Of a biological one. And even worse, though, that when you look down and you're the only one seeing this, you're seeing people down there. It's like people that have a very distinctive bump on their wrist that are holding these fruits in their hands, looking up. They have no irises or pupils. They are they look healthy, other than the fact that they are completely the organs are void.
Are we heading down to that mess?
You don't see any. It's like there are stairs around there too, but they don't really even seem concerned. So they're just eating this, but looking up only just because of what's going on around them.
Dwight, I need you to keep focused on the screen and only on the screen. Do you understand? Don't you move your fucking glance from the screen. I will know if you do. Believe me, I will know. And I will be upset. But keep it on the screen and focus.
One more persuade check.
Let's hope for a crit fail. Nope, that's 5 out of 70.
All right, he's working as hard as he can, so he's gonna have a couple turns to see if he can turn this around. So, back upstairs. So, briefly, I'll actually take that back. So, back over there, Lazaro, you actually hit the elevator just in time to come through and see that Carter is obsessing over a fruit in a jar. So you can't quite see over the atrium windows that are just open around you in this dome. But you notice that you have to move a little bit further, but you notice that Kenneth is just staring over at it with a 1,000-yard gaze, and that Dwight seems to be furiously typing on his console. So what are you doing?
Sorry, I was muted.
Okay.
I guess I will. Let me think about this. All right. As soon as I'm picturing in my head. I watched Carl fall in front of me. Then I realized the girl from Ipanema is playing on the elevator, so I start humming to myself. Then when the doors open, I see everybody, and I say, "Hey, I don't know if you're aware, but that motorcycle dude is here." And then I'm going to push the servers out towards them and walk over to go see what Dwight's working on.
Yeah. Nope, it's pretty much sizzling at that. So, but yeah, you do have that. Are you looking over?
Lazaro, just put the fucking seal on that jar right now.
What
are
jar?
you looking over at the atrium windows?
I mean, I was walking up to go assist Dwight. I don't think I'm aware enough of my surroundings to do that, but
all right,
I wouldn't stop myself. So if I have to pass there to walk over to Dwight, then yes, I would look, but because I'm not actively stopping myself, but I'm focused on what Dwight's doing.
All right, go ahead and make a sand check.
Sorry.
49. I am okay.
All right. Like I said, this is, again, from everything that you see there right now, it's pretty serious. So you're going to go ahead and at least take one. So,
okay.
Because you're seeing an experiment in a shape that should not exist.
But now my sanity is nice.
Yeah. So
my sanity's at a nice right now.
All right. But yeah, so in this case, you do see what Dwight's working on, and you might be able to assist him here in a second. So back upstairs, Kenneth. Or excuse me, Carl.
I teleported.
Yep.
Carl, you're muted.
Carl, you're muted.
I'm sorry, what? I thought I was stunned.
Oh, no, you're back upstairs, so...
I know I was upstairs, but I thought I was, tased.
Yeah, you are tased, and you are there, but it's at least starting to wear off right now because it hurt really badly.
Yeah, that's great.
That's the leads are still in, so...
not if I can move.
Yeah.
If I can move, I'm twitching those out.
So, you're trying to at least switch it out, although it keeps, it seems to be trying to keep a continuous current in you.
Oh, then I'm not doing anything, probably.
Yeah, if it seems like trying to move right now. So, here are at least the options. You can try to see if you can force through to get out, because, like I said, it won't do any other hit point damage right now. It was mainly just the main burns that got you in the fall.
Sorry, how many hit points did I take?
It was a two damage.
Oh, I missed that.
So.
I heard tased and my brain went, oh, I'll just wait.
Yeah. Nope. Long enough. But you are still technically conscious, if not a little loose there. You do hear other noises, though, so that's stomping down at least the hallway. And
I would like to not be in the hallway very, very much.
Okay. So I will say that if you want to, you can make an athletics check, or you can just make if to try to roll away and basically dislodge it that way. Or
Mhm.
I will also allow just a pure Constitution check to see if you could push through in order to
Constitution would
push.
be Constitution times 5.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
50 on the dot.
On
Made
the
it.
dot. So, all right. So you managed to actually grip onto the wires as they're that's like sensing your movement and pull them out, which allows you to that's like pull down this drone and fling it to the ground. So
Okay, I just want to not be in the hallway where motorcycle guy's about to be.
but yeah, you hear that's like another. That's like, but at this point you're hearing that's like that shrieking sound and other of what sounds like electrical output from tasers, but those are soon silenced. Where are you heading to? So
Anywhere that's out of the line of path to go downstairs.
all right,
Anywhere that seems unlikely to be looked at.
look
I
at-
don't know.
all right.
Supply cabinet.
Supply cabinet. So
Or
all right,
closet, ideally. Or copier room.
yeah, you
Somewhere
do see one.
innocuous. Somewhere I could be in the dark alone.
I will okay with that too. So, yeah.
Would that be
let's use-
stealth?
Yeah, that's gonna be stealth to see if you can get past that without being noticed. You
Yeah.
do. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, that's a critical fail.
So as you come
77 out
around-
of 30. Weird.
Yeah. So as you're trying to find out, you do find the supply closet, but you hit it and it's just locked. It is, and you realize that it's a mechanical lockdown that is throughout almost the entire building now that has
Yep.
gone through.
Yep.
You're just pulling it on, and you're unfortunately so distracted by that it's about the time when you, it's like hear the breath behind you.
Oh, at least it breathes.
And turning around, you do see that it's like that it is a figure in like some very almost dried out biker leathers and a helmet. But
Uh-huh.
but the helmet, when it is the visor is smashed in one end, and that is not a human eye that is looking at
Oh,
you.
I wasn't expecting one.
So as it
Sand
reaches
check?
for you and slams you up against the wall.
Or is
So
it moot?
yeah, it moved faster than you thought. So go ahead and
Is
make
it
a
sand check or is it moot?
Oh yeah, no, it's a sand check. You make it.
Yes, I do.
You made it. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
I was expecting this.
You were. So you're lucky because that converts a D10 into a D4. Good job.
Okay.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Dan.
I'm helping.
You are.
I just realized we don't have any explosives.
I had them. Actually,
I
those were in
know.
the elevator.
All
They
right,
were in
just
the
go ahead and take
elevator with
one.
Lazaro.
Oh, nice.
Because I brought all the stuff in there and then I leapt
Not
out to
nice.
help him.
But nice.
Right.
All right. So you take
I took
one, but
one.
it's sat there. It's looking at you.
Yeah, it is.
Where are they?
Who's they?
It slams you into the wall again. Go ahead and take
It's a fair question. It's a fair question. Could have been so many different people.
So, okay.
You're playing the pronoun game.
I'm not. I really don't know what he means. Who is they?
Mhm.
Is it the
Be
fruit? Is it the
specific.
workers? Is it my comrades? Who is
it
they?
Dwight? It's probably Dwight.
Could be.
It was
Abominations, the ones that don't belong here.
Oh, downstairs.
So
Oh,
You
It
should have
takes
just
her out.
said.
pushes you forward. Open it.
If I could do that, I wouldn't be standing here. I hit the button.
So, and yeah, you do see that, elevator is on lockdown.
Yeah. But
So,
there should be a control somewhere, possibly in the server room.
chairs.
open it. And he
Okay.
points back to the server room.
Oh, the server room's unlocked and open, I thought. Oh, yeah, we go. Okay, I'll go try. I'm hoping that
no.
Lazaro left everything logged in with full privileges.
I mean, I probably didn't shut it off, but there's no chair now, just so you know.
That's okay. I can make do without the chair, I think.
Your
And
comfortability
it stalks
just
you
went
behind. So
So,
All right.
can I open a comm link and or the doors to the elevator? Either or.
Uh,
Or
all
both.
right. So what is your computer
Oh.
science or computer use skills?
0.
Wait,
Zero.
no, because he would actually be copied with when I changed
with
the
the new
admin
passwords.
password. Yeah,
That's
he would
right.
have been copied on that.
So I can just log in.
So you were copying that onto?
Well, because he's my contact with Hank Jones. So in reaching out to Hank, he would have
He CC'd me so that it looked legit.
Okay, I will allow that. So, yep, you do have access.
Good save, Squirrel.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah,
All
I'll allow
right.
that.
So I'm not quite sure whether this thing wants to destroy the bugs or you guys. So is there a way to get a audio connection down there, like a intercom or something?
Yes. So it's basically just an internal network connection. So that's
I will send a message down there as best I can. Motorcycle guy's coming down. I'm gonna try and open the doors to the elevator. He's gonna kill me if I don't. He may kill me if I do. I don't know. He's after the unclean ones or something like that.
That's fair
Click,
enough.
click, click, click.
Um,
And then I try and open the elevator if I can figure it out.
So, all right. So I will say you get the message on there too. Basically, it is a Dwight as a Zoom message between Dwight's profiles for
Mhm.
himself. He looks at
It's not human.
your friend up there. He says that there's somebody else. Somebody else to destroy them. I mean, what are they talking about?
right. Once again, keep your eyes to the floor. Don't look outside the elevator, but hand me the pad, whatever you have on you. Lazaro, can you fucking seal the thing that Carter's probably going to eat a contaminant? And I'm going to message them back.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, I'll do that. So good. Carl, by the way, were you rolling your sanity?
Yep,
Yep.
that's
all
a
right.
fail.
You're all right. So that is looking even better now. So you
Yeah.
really are becoming more and more hungry. And sorry, I have to take out physical
That's
dice
okay.
because I'm not gonna do this right there. So
Much will now.
all right. So that's like only lost 2 sanity. So
Oh,
if you want to
goody.
keep that up, you can burn 2 more will and not do anything this turn.
Yep, I will do so.
So, but it's getting harder for you to think. So, and
Mhm.
without doing the awareness checks, you can look over and you actually see that there's a field of these that you can eat. And it's like as much as you want. It is burning in your hand.
Yep. Yeah. I was a vegan. I think I'm gonna go back to meat now.
All right. So, but yeah, you do manage to go ahead and get the elevator riding back up. So underneath that, it takes a minute, but the rider it essentially shoves you through.
Oh, okay. I actually get the elevator up here.
Yep. So you were communicating. Yeah. So you were
Yay.
communicating that. So,
I'm helping.
but
By the way, I'm
also
still carrying the shotgun, but I'm just letting it drag there because I don't think there's any point.
Yep. But also there is a bit of another problem. I will let you do one more alertness check.
Oh, goody. I might find out something interesting. That's the worst. Ah, 4 out of 60.
4. Okay. You just realized something because of everything that's gone on and the chaos. That's like the alert right now has tripped an alarm that is sent back a signal to the local Arlington police. They are coming.
Police got better things to do than die.
So
Oh, well.
but they it's like they are probably en route and will be here within probably about 20 minutes.
That's far too long for it to matter to us.
Yeah.
So okay. So anyway, I'm drifting back downstairs with. Did I take any hit points when he slammed me into the wall?
You only took 1. So
Okay, so I'm down to.
but yeah, he's fine right now. You're cooperating with him, so
yeah.
he's.
What else? What choice do I have?
Yeah. But I will say that when you do, I will, I'll give you the choice. You can choose to make an alert in another alertness check or not? I will allow you to ignore that if you want.
Sure.
Right.
By the way, I'm assuming that they took the Molotovs out of the elevator when it got to the bottom. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Did you take them out? Okay.
93. I am unaware. I am focused on.
Probably for the best. So
Yeah.
All right, but yeah, you get into the elevator and it suits you down. So we'll be back with you in here in a second. So
Oh, goody.
starting off again, Carter. You
Okay. Yep. I'm trying to shut that valve and run towards the elevator or something.
It is like moving through molasses because
Okay.
you're literally fighting your own muscles and your will to do this. And how did you do that? So,
I typed in a D1000.
like you super failed that if that's the case. So
I failed
Human
again.
combustion's real. We die.
Yeah. I
Alright.
failed again anyway, so burn some more will.
oh goodness. So
Holy shit.
Oh my god.
That will just lets you make decisions and be proactive. You don't
Yeah.
need
Yep.
that.
yeah.
Nope.
So in this case, so all right, go ahead and burn one because I can't roll for anything right now. If you want to.
Yay, another Sam loss. Woo!
Yeah.
Keep going.
All
I'm
right.
trying to run away as fast as I can, which isn't very fast, but yeah.
All right. So yeah, Dwight. That's like he is. You actually do see he's completed his work right now. You can see that the. It looks like the shutters are starting heavily stalled, so and are starting to reverse to close. So it will be shut here in a second. Probably with it, it'll probably take about 2 full rounds for that to fully go into effect. So that being said, Kenneth and Lazaro, what are you guys doing?
Actually, I have one quick question. Was I able to also send a text to our handler?
No. So I'm
Okay.
gonna say that as of right now, because you're in the so busy. So that's like if you're once you're back upstairs if you want to. So but you're
I
currently
imagine
being accosted.
because I was going to ask the same thing if I was able to get a message out to the handlers when we got to on the top floor. Well, when we had to go back up.
Okay. So when you went back up.
Well, because we went back up to pick up Lazaro, and at that point, I imagine the elevator closed. He got picked up by the motorcycle rider. Are we like in between? Like, how far down are we? Does he like? Do we have no cell signal?
You could, yeah. There's no cell signal down here too. So you're essentially, that's like 5 stories down, which is deeper and probably should not be possible. So
Okay, just basically get a Molotov, getting prepped and ready because I have a feeling that it's going to be pretty much a bombing run and getting the hell out of there as soon as possible.
all right. So the problem that you've looked through there is that when you go up to the glass, you do see that this is tempered and more likely bulletproof.
And you don't want to break that
No.
because you won't do anything other than eat if you break that.
Yeah. So the question is trying to get away, basically something that could burn through it, where you could introduce this if necessary.
Well,
On the fifth hand, motorcycle guy is intent on destroying something.
Yeah.
I was going. But even if we hit the center core, the void-like thing,
Mhm.
we could.
So, but yeah, like I said, there's a lot of, again, vegetation and growth too. So, and you do know, less like that, basically that it is a full lab right now. So you can technically get to it, but it is through at least 2 different ports that are pressure controlled. So, that's like for safety's sake. So if you, that's like you'd go through there, you'd have to make sure that the system lets you through because of the lockdown and then toss it out that way.
Okay. Is everyone in agreement that that's like? Should we just go for that bomb run?
Yeah.
Head out the elevator, get out.
You realize that motorcycle guy is coming down the elevator.
But do we know he's trying to? Oh, yeah, he'll be right behind us. But do we know he's actually going to try to destroy it? That's the only thing.
No idea.
Yeah. So my thing is, if probably destroy before he gets down there, just in case he's like, "No, I'm here to help it."
Okay. So if you want
I'm
to, like,
unclear that we have the equipment to destroy it with, though.
so you don't know. So
It seems like a very bad version of James and the Giant Peach. I'm
yeah,
just saying.
you have no idea if this will actually work. Since this is dealing with this, and the only person that can actually tell you any information about the company is an IT manager who knows nothing.
What is
Other
he
than-
working on right now?
Basically, what you asked to close the to basically close up the atrium itself. So,
And how is his progress on that?
I mean, it's a little late.
He's completed. So basically, it's going to start closing here the next 2 rounds. So,
Well, I mean, from the documents that Carl sent, is there any kind of information that pertains to, like, well, here's some things that we noticed that help eradicate said product, or like anything that would leave any kind of clues of something that would react poorly to the plant?
so with that, I would say if you want to make, it's like, let's see, if you had that for that, I was saying research role or. I will actually, Carl, I would say not Carl, but Carter can make a biology roll to see if he can pull any information from that.
Carter, I need you to sift through this. I need you to find anything, glean anything that we can use right now. I have a feeling that we're getting short on time. Please do this.
All right.
I'm
Carter,
sorry. Yeah, I'm here now.
Okay.
I'm still kind of entranced, so you guys kind of see me out of it, backing away from this display. Very frightening.
Carter, focus.
Rolling.
Focus, Carter. Look at me. I have a job for you. You need to look for this information. You need to find something we can use that we can destroy it, or something to help neutralize it. Do you understand? Sift through the information.
I start saying Roundup. We need Roundup as I look.
Yeah, that's right. Roundup the information, Carter.
Well played.
Good. So that's that. So yeah, I will say, Carter, you can go ahead and make that roll if you want to, but it will be at a -10 because of the mental strain you're having to put yourself through to actually think versus giving into your impulse.
I mean, with low willpower, it's probably likely to do what someone says.
Yeah.
Yes. What role was this?
Biology.
Oh, I got a 23 out of 40 then.
23 out of 40. Okay. Amazingly enough, you try to look at the information. You realize that the reason why it's being hermetically sealed in here, is that for some reason, whatever this fruit is, wherever it's from, it does not actually react well to what would be considered a normal oxygen nitrogen atmosphere.
Oh, great.
It seems to wither and die in a very quick situation, which maybe that's like one of the reasons why it had that stopper. And as you look down to the that's like the example, the sample that you have, it is very it's like it is actually it's like starting to what looks like rot. It doesn't smell great. It's still very irresistible, and you feel the need to really want to eat it, but it absolutely starts rotting there. Also, it gave a message of being the only source that we can eat. The only thing that can keep us alive.
Ew. Great. Okay, guys, we need to open the vents, or I don't know. I wave Laz over here. Can we open like exterior windows or something?
Wait. Before we do that, let's try to get ourselves in the elevator somewhere enclosed. Because if we open all of it, well, we all be exposed to it.
Well, if it's exposed to oxygen, it dies. So
I know it's exposed to oxygen, but is there a period where it will shoot up spores or what have you before it dies?
Well, if you sniff it, that's bad. So probably.
So let's go to the elevators. Let's do it from there. But pass along right now.
Isn't the elevator in use?
And so about that point, ding.
It's fine.
And as you, let's like see, as it opens up, you see Carl being pushed out
Fuck
rather roughly
Christ.
by the by the writer who is coming in.
Did this help? Is this what you wanted?
Oh no.
Hello, Carl.
Do we all have to make stand checks now?
Not quite yet.
Don't
So
look at it.
Good.
It's better
As
if you don't look at it.
it's like it moves forward, and it has a low growl. Looks
Doesn't
at
let
you.
me go.
Where?
I missed you at the warehouse, Fred.
I say, I don't work here, but he does. And I point at
Dwight.
Nice.
Oh my god.
So Dwight looks over, just completely petrified. As the rider steps forward, it seems to grab it. It grabs him by his shirt, just looks at it, and Dwight passes out. He is just gone.
Oh boy.
He's not, and he stares directly over at Carter.
So if he's let me go, I'm gesturing everyone to move back to the elevator.
Carl.
Just saying.
Carl, is this thing a friendly?
So walks over to
Who
Carter
knows?
and takes Carter. Yeah,
Yes.
you go and take a sand check as he grabs you by the throat and lifts you to the wall.
Got a
Ouch.
3.
Yeah,
You were expecting it.
Yeah.
take 4 sand.
Woo! It's break time, buddies.
He
No!
grabs your wrist. Well, looks at the fruit specifically, and looks back at you.
Well, I wasn't holding it, was I?
You never let it go.
Oh, I thought I wasn't even... Okay.
Wait, I thought he never touched it. I thought he just opened a valve to it.
He did, which allowed its scent to come through him, and he's been wanting to break that open ever since.
Right?
okay.
But
Or
is he
just
actually
understood.
holding the fruit?
Yeah, I don't remember him holding
Basically, you're holding the container that it was in.
Oh,
Okay. That's
okay,
different.
that makes-
That's
Yeah.
different.
Well, anyway, it's a 55, so that's a break time, buddies. Let's do a flea. The flea's good.
All right. So
I try to yell at the rider. Carter didn't eat any of the fruit. I watched him the entire time. He's not contaminated. He smelled it, but he did not eat it.
So he looks down at it again, roughly takes it away, and as Carter is trying to literally run in the air, so
Yeah. Yep. It's one
throws
of those
him back
cartoon
at
moments.
you. And Carter collapses to the floor.
And runs to the elevator.
So
Ryder. Apparently, oxygen kills it, if that means anything to you.
it does. And at that point, you all can take a sand check. So as he takes off all of his, well, it's like the jacket and the helmet,
Hey, I'm okay.
and he is obviously not human. So, in fact, if you'll direct your
I
like
did
vision
warn
for
them
the
about that.
the game chat. So here's what he looks like.
It's who I think. Oh,
I'm fine.
you've got to be. Are you doing terraformers?
Nope, I'll explain later on. But anyway,
no.
I
that's
called
about the
it right.
point. That is about the point where it's like he rushes to this shatterproof, supposedly shatterproof bullet reinforced glass, and breaks through it like it was paper.
God.
And about this time, because of everything that's going on, it seems to have also that's like the system seems to conflate this particular issue with a that's like complete collapse as you're hearing alarms going off and ungodly shrieking going underneath you. So
Everyone, we got to get the fuck out of here now.
Like a zillion horrifying insects screaming in their death throes, I hope.
you think right there, but everybody needs to make their sand checks as you're on and the way you're out. So with
Wait,
the
another
exception,
one or the
Another
first
one, or-
one?
well, this is the one. This is the one for when he took off everything because of this whole situation. So Carter, you're on your own. So everyone else. So what did you make on that?
I made it.
Pass.
I made it.
Made it. Everybody made it.
And Hellspawn crit it.
Good. So, all right. Hellspawn.
No, wait, sorry, Squirrel did.
Okay.
No,
Squirrel,
no,
okay.
I think. Wait, was that? I don't know the order.
Yeah, you're
One of us
Yeah.
critted. All right,
Yeah,
so I
Squirrel, you critted. Good job. So,
Yep.
all right.
Because you're
I'm
oblivious
just
to it.
not
It's not a
concerned.
computer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just happy it's not
Alright.
a clown. That's
Yeah.
Also that.
By the way, so
Squirrel.
now that Dwight is no longer at the computer, can I sit down and shut off the fire suppression systems? Is that
no,
possible
get
from
the
here?
fuck out of here because those things are going to like spray their spores everywhere.
It's not good, so you probably need to just run. And
Grab
because
Dwight.
also given the fact that when that's like you and seeing what happened to Carter too, just by proximity to at least sent to this, if it has spores, yeah, it was already having an effect.
So Carter is X.
So
I'm scrambling on the back wall of the elevators like a madman trying to.
Oh, okay.
push
So
random
Carter's
buttons.
already in the elevator.
Okay,
Yeah, I said
we just need to
flee.
grab Dwight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so
Well,
but
I am
uh,
in there in the elevator with Carter, ready to hit the
Yeah.
button.
No, I'm pushing buttons because I'm fleeing. So you guys got to stop.
Hold
me.
the
Otherwise,
Well,
door.
I'm holding the doors to let everyone else out.
yeah.
I
All right.
grabbed
So but
Dwight.
for sand checks going on, so Squirrel, go ahead and take 2. So
Okay.
all right, let's spawn. You're lucky you only take 2 as well.
I just got 6 total in a game hour. Is that still a thing or is it?
Oh, no,
I
you
think
think
it 5 at once, isn't
Yeah,
it?
you have to hit your
Oh,
break
okay.
before something happens. But thank you for mentioning that, Dan, because you take 5.
Fantastic. I
Much
no
later.
longer stop the elevator, flee.
All right.
No. I keep dragging. Wait, who else is there? There's Dan, Sarah. Oh crap! Hold the door, someone. I'm dragging Dwight.
I
All
was
right.
still probably working on the computer, so I'm probably the last one there.
All right. So this being the last part of it, you do all make it back up, but the only 2 people who are not fleeing in this situation, Lazaro and Kenneth. So you are just you can hear the police turning into the that's like the driveway going up. So I will say this is what you'll be able to do. You need to be able to get your partners in, and this is a drive check to see if you can get out before that's like you are caught here.
Well, we don't have to get out. We just need to be not where they are, then go around them.
So
Yeah.
roll a drive check.
But I don't say that because, hey. Ah!
well, if
And-
we're running, have we lost sensibility? As in, we're running running into the night, or are we panicking and getting to a car?
Like I said, I will go ahead. You are just complete panicking right now. I will allow. Actually, I'll allow both of you a luck check here to see if you're sensible enough to just get into the car and start screaming, "Drive, drive, drive!"
Even-
So,
Oh, thanks.
Luckily, I have the keys.
so let's talk about there.
Whoa.
Dan,
but
you
so
said,
do I, because I was out there getting stuff.
so Dan, you said even.
I failed. No, I said low and I failed, so I missed it.
All right. So that and you roll yours. Okay, you got it. So
I
all
thought
right.
you were rolling it.
Oh,
Okay,
sorry.
hang on.
I thought you'd roll. Sorry, the system was looking at it. So 1d100. There. You go. All right. Yeah,
8.
you're good. So
Yep.
you're in the car. Yeah, Carl, you're in the
Okay.
car, just screaming, "Go!" Carter, we'll pick you up with you later. So
Yep.
all right.
Do we pass by Dwight's office on the way out?
You can. What are you wanting to do?
Well, I saw that he had this rare Gundam I've always wanted, so I was going to steal it before the place burns down.
Yeah. Petty theft.
Petty
We're gonna
collectible
get
theft.
pinched for petty Gundam.
No,
theft.
we aren't.
Just Lazaro.
Okay, but you know what? Actually, I'll say this right now. So, let's see. Go ahead and make a criminology check. See if you can
Alright.
grab it before.
A 30% chance. 17!
You Indiana Jones that shit, like missing your hat.
Which Gundam is this right now? What it is? If you're
Oh,
just
I don't
working-
know enough about that. Whatever
Okay,
you
I'm
want
gonna say it's a Sandrock then. So there you
No,
go.
you.
HG Sandrock. Anyway,
Weird.
so
No, he
All right.
actually had a gun tank.
but anywho, you make it out into the car. So Kenneth, Last check. Can you get out before the Arlington police get to you?
Right on the money. 70.
70? All right. You managed to peel out without and manage to get through a side road, although you do break through the fence line to get back on the
Dwight
highway.
with us?
It's like Dwight. No, you left Dwight behind. So he
works there. It's fine.
He is kind of beyond reason at this point. So, that being said, so going back, you all get a call from. You immediately get a call from your handler.
Have we recovered from our temporary?
Oh yeah, so yeah, you've been driving right now. So
I would suggest immediately upon getting away from there, we call before they call us.
Oh, they called you. So
okay,
once they had the information, demanding to know what the hell happened.
And that's the whole story as far as I can tell. There's parts of it I don't really remember.
So, are you telling them the truth, or are you
why not?
Another situation?
Here's exactly what happened.
Well, yeah, no, they said to avoid the rider. The rider showed up.
We were not able to avoid. I mean, we avoided.
We avoided the rider,
and it seemed to take care of the problem.
We found out. We send the documents showing that open expired oxygen would kill the plant. We confirmed it. We watched it. We also said the spores of it would quickly dissipate, but there'd be a period. But the rider starts smashing it for us, so we haven't been exposed. Agent Carter has been exposed, but we've been watching him and making sure.
I thought we left him behind.
Agent Carter's dead. You know what? That takes care of that.
No. He's not dead. He was left behind with the cops.
So you left a potential vector
is that not correct? Because he was not in the car when we left, correct?
No, I wasn't. I took off into the night.
That's right.
Okay. So we don't know if he's been captured or what.
Well,
yeah.
What we could do is, can we do a... No, it doesn't make sense. But yeah, listen, Agent Carter was exposed, ran off into the night.
Exposed and ran off into the night.
But did not eat any.
Did not eat any.
Okay.
It's only bad if they ate it after confirmation.
Okay. Well, considering right now what has happened, you are to immediately report to a quarantine zone. If you do not report to that area within the next hour, which is the time it should take you to get there, no, you are done.
Right.
You will be reporting to this right now. If you deviate from this, there will be agents who will come for you, and you will not be going home. Am I understood?
Yep. Clear.
Okay. Thank you.
Quarantine sounds lovely. Thank you.
As a matter of fact, sorry to steal another line from Futurama. Prepare to be surprised. You guys are in full decontamination. You were scrubbed down. You were kept secluded for the next 2 weeks to make sure that you are not having any kind of negative effects from your exposure to whatever this was. Dr. Carter is eventually found, although in much rougher shape because you actually found that you were off. That's later you found your way over to the Citrus State National Park, where you were gnawing through limes, oranges, and lemons against your own will. And I was although you were brought back into quarantine and found there was no issues, for the rest of your life, as it turns out, all food, it doesn't taste horrible, but it tastes lacking.
Oh, no.
You can't really get any satisfaction from it, which makes it difficult for you. The rest of you, though, you are definitely you were pulled off of active duty for the part of about 6 months until you were given a reference pulled back into there for reference to investigate a series of odd gang activity involving what appears to be a insectoid-like creature that is roaming around San Francisco
on a motorcycle. So, and welcome to your new posting as Working Group K. So awesome.
But,
I mean, at least it's not Predator.
Yeah. But that ends our scenario for locally absent species. So, comments, questions, suggestions.
So, what the heck was bugs?
Okay, so this actually is a bit of a sequel to another game that I ran specifically. So what had happened, or at least two of those. So the bugs themselves are technically Shan. So, but they ended up in the reason you're seeing these versions of them is that in order to try to get away from Earth, they managed to access a parallel dimension that was overrun by these particular plants and these fruits. The problem is that as they went there and adapted, they found that they could only eat these, and being introduced into any other environment basically killed them. So they could. So the ones that went through could really never return.
I'm not feeling bad for the insects that invaded.
Not slightly, yeah. But in turn, but the thing of it is that these when they brought back this to see if they could reintroduce them into Earth's atmosphere. Right now, it died, but they also essentially were creating a substrate species, and because of this, any of the hosts that they took here on Earth basically couldn't absorb any kind of nutrients in the way that they could from these plants and ended up starving themselves to death. The person that you found was essentially another person from this other alternate reality that they took out, that was taken as a host. So, and he basically escaped the facility and tried to feed himself in the only way it knew possible. So, but the other reason that links into this is that because there is essentially a war between the Shan and a cult that has existed in San Francisco of that basically worship another god. I forget which name I gave it to it, but basically it allows avatars to be created in its own image, and you came into contact with it, which I heavily based on Shin Kamen Rider. So the one big monstrous one. So it is not happy. It will attack anything, and it protects its territory very viciously. So if you decided to fight that or to
I figured there was absolutely no point in fighting it.
Yeah. So later on, so it could be pretty bad. So
I figured the best bet was maybe it does want to destroy them. I'm good with that.
Yeah. Which it can. So, but so that's the basis of it too. That you were dealing with a Shan substrate that didn't have as much of a threat, but it could be much worse depending on the spore situation and how you handled that. So, but you managed to pick up on most of the clues that I provided.
I do like the fact that sorry, I was just gonna say, how is hashtag Sparkle Fun Times behind the whole thing?
The real mastermind.
So actually, that was another thing that if you had gone down into the area itself, or because there was a hazmat one, basically the Shan that were still here on this Earth were actively tracking people who had their doppelgangers from the parallel universe. So. So they could, in turn, if they ever got in control, they could reintroduce them without hopefully raising suspicion.
See, okay, I went in a completely different direction. I was like, wait, they're making copies of them from eating the food because they eat the food and then they shit up a copy. I don't know where
I didn't see the alternate timeline coming at all. That's good.
It's a bit of it's a little thing on there too. And just to let you know what I also pulled that from, there's another Kamen Rider series called Gaim. That is basically Fruit Ninja, Fruit Samurai, if you can make that. But it literally deals with this alternate dimension that grows these plants that will turn you into monsters. But part of a plot line, and I'm giving this up for a series it's folder, is that the belts that you use to transform the riders, essentially they were being built to deal with an apocalypse and could transform these fruits into edible ones without turning you into a monster. So that's. And you literally didn't eat them, so you just hooked them into that. So that's why I joked around that using another Kamen Rider reference, Zect, but that was also, I made that into my own acronym for the zero eating calorie transmission. So, which is it's more of a stupid in-joke on there, but I figured that would be, it worked well enough for what I was doing. So,
no, that's fair.
Easter eggs are fun.
Yeah. But yeah, so.
Like I said, it wasn't Predator again, so that's fine.
I've never done Predator, so
not you. I know who's done it. Oh, you've had it done to you though.
I've had it done to me, but I've not done that to myself. I have not done it to anyone.
Well, exactly. It's a
All
low
right.
bar, but you cleared it with good height.
Cool.
We
so,
could have all just been one guy in a hospital looking at a snow globe saying it was all a dream, and that could be the end of the scenario.
I think that's Carter.
Yeah, that could be at least there. So, but yeah, like I said, I'm glad everybody enjoyed it. So,
That was a blast.
Yeah,
Well, I guess
fun.
one question. Yeah,
Yes.
what would we have gotten from Helen Smithson that did she have anything?
Who?
Oh yeah,
The Ranger.
we
that never
completely
talked to.
avoided the Rangers. That's right.
No, that was just basically different elements too, because she would have basically showed you where they were. You would have ended up finding it's like finding basically more parts of the Shan that were around there that weren't taken as part of the autopsy. Also, she would have had been another contact over to the homeless community, so you could actually talk to them about that, and that would give you indication more about these. About this people not seeming like a regular person, since he was alive for a little while, that he was absent. He had the very dulled eyes until they were gone. So you would have gotten more clues about essentially the infected more before you got to this area.
Got it.
I'm okay with not having that in my head.
Yep. So,
And we
all
also
right.
avoided excuse me, the other farm. I don't. What was out there?
So
Or was this the whole?
It was the whole farm. Basically, it's just a full complex too. So basically,
Okay.
the remote site was a lie.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
was
that would have been
basically
just
to
a
keep it off the
red
books.
herring. Okay.
Yes.
Also,
Yeah.
Aaron, thank you so much for not taking revenge on me, because the last time you and I played together, I tried to burn your character to death with a Molotov cocktail.
I remember
Obviously,
that.
no, I'm not taking revenge on
Eric
anybody.
killed
so, like,
me.
These things happen.
you feel like kills go by actions and rules when I run, so that's I'm not going to go by that. So, but yeah, well, like I said, thank you so much. It was a pleasure running for you. Everybody else who is either watching this now or listening through YouTube, if you would like to participate in these games, you can do so by signing up for the Role Playing Public Radio Patreon. At the $10 level, you can get access to these games that are run monthly. So we usually do about 3 a month. And our next game, hopefully, I probably will be either Jason or Ross, depending on what happens. So tune in for that. But again, that being said, Dan, Squirrel, James, and Hellspawn, thank you again so much for playing. I really appreciate it.
Yep, that was fun.
Thank you.
All right.
Have a good one,
Thank
guys.
you.
Have a good time.
You'll see you later. Bye.
Good night,
Toodles.
Internet.